Hello, Internet, and ahoy! Welcome to the first part of our what's going to be three-part series of our One Piece 5e playtest called High Fantasy. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I got a lovely cast of people here joining me. Introduce themselves in a bit, but you're probably, if you're watching this, like, what the hell's going on right now? This is supposed to be Ward 47, and I'm supposed to be traumatizing people right now. Well, we're not. We're doing our we're taking a bit hiatus from Ward 47. We'll be back kind of halfway through July, I think. I need to look at a calendar. But until then, if you watched us a couple of weeks ago, or God, what was that, like 2 months ago at this point? We did a one shot of a setting idea that I had in a fever dream a while back to take One Piece and playing a game kind of set in a very similar style universe. And I took that idea and decided to make an entire game around it, a 5e hack around it. I had some help from Wally, helped me a lot in brainstorming some ideas for it. And then the rest of it, I just kind of barfed out onto the page. And then these people were like, hey, I want to play that. And so here we are. So that is what we're doing here today. So fair warning, this is the first time any of this will have been put to use. We're going to be kind of figuring it out as we go. We'll see how everything holds up, but there may be some like table talk and rules discussions as we go and we figure things out. We're going to be jumping in, kind of doing a little, everybody's created their characters at this point, and has that in mind, so we're skipping that part of it. But there's a couple of little things that we'll be doing here at the start, just that are specific to this hack and the system we've created. But before we jump into anything, our usual stuff, announcements. If you're watching us live, welcome. Sorry that you missed us, or that we missed you this morning for our Strixhaven game. Van's computer blew up and we had to go fix it, and obviously it's back and we've figured it out, but
my power supply died.
Yeah, so we had to replace that. But we will be back, I believe, for that game next Saturday. So you will get to see the continuation of that journey into the Wild Beyond the Witchlight next week. Our next stream after this one, if you're watching us live, will be on Monday. We'll be back with some more Red Jenny. Or no, wait, not this Monday. We're missing somebody this Monday, aren't we?
Seed is on vacation.
Seed is on vacation. So we'll be doing
We'll do something silly.
We'll do something silly. We'll figure it out.
The giant man.
We can hunt for huge man.
Hunt for huge man. So
are we doing? I'm on observation duty. Is that what we're doing?
We could.
Is that what we're doing?
If you want.
Yes.
We could. So we'll probably do just like blow the mic there for a second. We'll probably be doing a fun stream this Monday instead of that. That's it. I don't think we have any other extra special announcements or anything going on this week. So I'm gonna go and turn over my players here. Let us go ahead and get through our introductions and have everybody talk about who they are, because we got some unfamiliar faces here for Saturday afternoons. So go ahead and tell us who you are, what you do on and off this channel. You can kind of give a brief summary of who you're playing tonight if you would like to. And we are going to start with Sid.
Hey, I'm Christine Sid. You can find me all over the internet at Greek Sid. I am here Thursdays through Mondays playing and running games with these fools. I run our game of Elegance and Vigilance, our Good Society / 5e game on Thursdays at 7 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, we had a very intense tea party, and now we've got a bit of a mystery on our hands. So our Regency superheroes will be dealing with that. So come check it out. Today, I'm playing Hamela D-Let's, aka Hamm. She's our gearhead and a wind rider, and also the shipwright for this scurvy crew.
Thank you, Sid. RJ, you're next.
Hey everybody, it's me. You knew that. It's RJ. Catch me at rjustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life, and most often than not, shit posts about things that are happening. Quick announcement. I don't have a game tomorrow, but if you do want to hear my lovely voice, did you know that over at Indoor Adventures, they're starting a short run of Apocalypse Keys, and I'm the narrator, Abraham Yates. It's going to be great. Other than that, if you want to see me go live in other places, catch my tweets because I normally live tweet whenever I go live. Today I'm playing Skipper, Tumalu, and you can call them Skip. They are the musician and marksman of the crew.
Thank you, RJ. Wally.
Sup, y'all? It's me, Wally, your favorite non-binary slime best friend on the internet. You can find me on the Twitter as it slowly slinks into the episode. It slowly slinks into the void as I just ride out that wave as it dies. Yeah. But you can find me here every Thursday through Saturday playing in the games that everyone has already mentioned. They're fantastic. Come check them out. Also, go check out the item list. Just wrapped up my last episode. So soon, probably in a couple weeks, you'll hit the first arc ending of our Wild West story arc. It had a great ending. Please check it out. The people who run that game are fantastic, wonderful people. Please support them. But tonight, I am playing Guy Bourdain, the chef of this crew.
God, the name makes me laugh every time I hear it. Thank you, Wally. And also joining Wally, who's a newcomer to this stream, Simon, aka Indoor, the Indoor Adventurer himself.
Hi. Hello, everybody. I had muted myself to avoid the tick-tacky of my click-clacks. Hello, everybody. It is I, the Indoor Adventurer. He, him. I am the showrunner over at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. But when I heard that there was a One Piece game happening, it's not like I could say no. That, and I was in the playtest of the other thing, and I was really hyped. So, I wanted more One Piece, and now I get more One Piece. Incredible. Normally I got a bunch of shows going on over at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures, but right now the only show that I got going on is again going to be tomorrow night. That is our Apocalypse Keys game being run by Sarah, the Hype Goblin. It will feature the likes of myself, Sir Heckalot, Noir Enigma, and Critical Miss as well. So if you are interested in a good time with a lot of fans of the Hellboy style universe, feel free to come check it out. It's going to be a fantastic time. I'm basically playing a Bond villain. It's going to be excellent. And also RJ, of course, is lending his voice talents to do the intros for each of our shows as well to help establish the setting. And he has put a challenge that we are to try and romance his character. So prepare for smooches. Other than that, for today's game, anyways, I am going to be playing Captain Rosen D. Kurtz, a giant kin who is a bowling man, and I will leave that description up to everybody else to figure out what that means.
I realize we're throwing a lot of words at people that aren't going to mean anything, considering it's all just made up nonsense. And finishing up last, certainly not least, Dan.
Hi, my hotkeys different because Zoom was being weird. So if I'm muted, yell at me because it's gonna happen. I'm Van. You can find me on the internet at Savvy Seaworth, pretty much wherever you can find people on the internet. Mostly I hang out in the GGK Discord, and I stream on Twitch several days a week. On Sunday nights, you can find me on twitch.tv/LBHack'emUp, playing a druid in our Dungeons & Dragons game over there, Playthings of the Gods, which is hurtling towards finale land, and we're all very scared that we're going to die. And I love it. And then on this channel, Thursdays through Mondays, playing in several aforementioned games, and also running, when my computer's not exploding, Dungeons & Dragons on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Today, I am playing Hemlock. Just Hemlock. No other names. They are we saying, did we say our subclasses? I don't remember what everyone else said.
Some of us did.
Some of us did.
Some didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hinted at mine.
I didn't say mine.
Hemlock is a Nexi, which I'm gonna wait to explain because I love a little bit of suspense, and I think you folks at home are really gonna love this particular ancestry choice. But is a physician and is the medic of the crew, and as you could see by my crystals and wonderful goggles, I'm a totally normal doctor, and nothing weird is happening.
Perfect. And hello, everyone. I'm Val. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown, lurking around the internet. I am here Thursdays through Mondays playing running games. Other than when I'm running this game, which is normally our Parslings game called Ward 47. I also run a game on Mondays called Red Jenny. We're playing the Dragon Age TTRPG. And I'm in a lot of other stuff in between, including over on LB Hackham's channel on Sunday evenings, which I believe will be on for tomorrow. Yes? No? I don't know if my fellow cast member here knows if we're playing tomorrow or not. But yeah, that's how we're doing today now. Today, we're going to be diving into this hack. So, a little bit, like I said before, this is a 5e, D&D 5e hack that is heavily influenced by the One Piece. If you're familiar with the anime, you're gonna get a lot of the references we're making. We just kind of like change the names and fuss with some stuff to make it make sense within the context of a TTRPG. And if you haven't watched the anime, I'm sorry.
What are you doing with your life?
Well, you can just enjoy it for the bizarre and strange world that it's going to be.
That's my plan.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and so hopefully, again, the idea here being that maybe everybody can start off on an even foot, because this is not the One Piece setting. This is not the Grand Line. These are not the same characters. Will not be referencing things that happen in the show because it is not, well, not in character. I mean, out of character. I'm sure there will be lots of references. But this is something entirely new. I don't want to go I'm not going to go in through all the ancestries and talk about all the options that the players had, because much like One Piece, I think it's more fun if we just throw things out there and pretend it's normal and act like everybody should know what we're talking about. So that's what we're going to do here today. The one thing that I will say is there are a couple systems in place that have been changed. So we have, I'm actually having to get my thing back up. We have 7 unique classes, 5 of which will be on display here today. I think the only ones we're not using are the ninja and the brawler. Are the 2 that are not being used. Otherwise, all the other ones have been said, and you will get to see in play. The background mechanics has been kind of replaced with jobs, so it's like your job aboard the ship. There are 7 of those in total as well. Each of our players here have picked a job and will be their role, which both has a kind of narrative, kind of background impact, but also as well as a kind of mechanics-based impact in how the ship functions in combat and in dangerous scenarios. And then the last thing, ancestries, replacing the D&D races with ones that made sense for the 5e setting. So there are a lot. Most of these, again, are just complete reskinnings or ripoffs of different types of people that show up in the One Piece franchise. So we have a lot of those on display too. Do we have any duplicates amongst our group, or is everyone doing something different?
We're all doing something
I think
different.
we all did something
I think
different.
we're all different.
I think so.
This isn't Dragon Age.
This is a very yeah. We don't have
Oops,
3
all
rogues.
Nexies.
And God, yeah.
Look, we made it work.
Yeah, y'all have. Anyway, join us on Mondays for Dragon Age, where 3 of my players decide to play a rogue.
Where we have 1 mage and 3 rogues.
Yeah. So yeah, the important thing to get to, though, the stuff we have not gotten to outside of the stream, is we need to make your crew and your ship, because those are important to this game. So we're going to get to I want to kind of lay out the crew stuff first, even though the first step, I'm already futzy with my own rules. The first step of crew creation
We're not making the ship
is
first.
to make your ship. We'll get there, Sid. You can put the hammer down.
Look, we might have our crew members might like help us determine the name of our vessel.
Yeah. I do think it'd be good to kind of get an idea of how y'all function as a group. We do know, just right off the back, Indoor is playing the captain of the ship.
Yeah.
and that will be important for ship-based decisions.
Al, I'm gonna put you on the spot real quick because
Yes.
chat has reminded me. I didn't ask you if you wanted anything in our great store that we have that you can spend
Oh.
XP in.
As much as I love our people at home redeeming stuff, I don't want to do. I don't think I want to have most of them. I will leave the name an NPC open if somebody comes in with an NPC name they want to throw in, because this is the perfect spot for goofy NPC names.
Okay.
The rest of the stuff I'd like to keep as is because we're playtesting the balance here, and if we start throwing in a bunch of wrenches,
How about inspiration?
no, I want to leave that out too.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for asking though.
There you go, chat.
I would like to know. We can kind of breeze through most of these again. This is going to be 3 sessions, so we don't need to labor too much on this. I'd like to know a name for your crew though. What's the name of the crew going to be? So typically in the One Piece setting, it's like the something pirates. You have like the Straw Hat Pirates, the Animal Pirates.
The tax evasion pirates.
The
Starting off
Jaywalking
strong.
Pirates.
Okay. What?
That's like saying the
Strike
pirate pirates.
Yeah.
The Full Strike Pirates.
Like no one says ATM machine.
Chai
I
tea.
do. I do like
say-
that. Indoor. I don't know if I've ever
That's
heard
pretty
it.
good. Full strike
Look,
pirates.
all I'm saying is because typically the One Piece pirate group name is because the captain has
It's based on the
decided
captain.
it's
Yeah.
based on the captain to give you Straw Hat. Oh, who's your leader? Straw Hat. Oh, the red hair pirates. Oh, who's your captain? Red hair Shanks. There's always
Yeah.
that kind of determinant. I am a
Yes.
bowling man, so I feel like something bowling oriented.
You are passing up the turkey pirates.
I was about to say turkey. I was about to say we
Just
go
a
with full strike
bowling
pirates, but the
thing.
flag is a turkey.
Yes.
It's like one of those
Oh.
handprint turkeys, but the middle is a
Yeah,
bowling
it's the
ball.
handprint
Yes.
turkey. And
It's a skull that looks like
yeah.
a hand.
It was my hand because I'm a giant. I was like, fuck it. I don't know how to do this. Put
he
it-
just drew.
White
that
paint.
just
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
you drew some eyes in.
The face looks like the Wilson tennis ball from Castaway.
Not only that, but instead of the crossbones in the back, it's 2 bowling pins.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Yes.
Yeah, this is good.
Okay.
We are the full strike pirates.
That's
Y'all are the
great.
Full strike
That is
pirates.
really good.
Pretty nailed it out the gate.
Hey, y'all are doing great. So we're gonna do the full strike pirates and write that down.
Okay, so hear me out. The name of our ship is the Bullmore.
The Bullmore?
Yeah.
What is that?
Okay.
Is a famous bowling alley lanes here in New York City. It's called the Bullmore Lanes.
Bowl more.
Or do we just call the ship the turkey?
The gobble gobble.
The Goblin.
Okay, so we could do one of 2 things.
Gutter ball.
The gutter ball would be good. I was gonna say for
Yeah.
the ship name, we lean in to the bowling aspect, or the weird Shakespearean naming conventions that myself, Sid, and that we did, where it's yes, our ship's name is Poor Yorick, and you will know him well.
Yeah, because in the One Piece genre, the ship name doesn't always go along with
Yeah,
the
it
crew name.
does.
It's haha, it's Thousand Sunny.
It's like the name of the
Or the
ship. It
Going
usually
Merry.
it kind of refers not to the refreshing to the pirates, but how the ship looks itself, like how
Yeah.
Whitebeard's ship.
And
is
we
called
can do
Moby
the ship
Dick.
creation if y'all want to just wait a little bit, because we're gonna get to that in a second. If you want to wait on, but those are some good names.
'Cause if we're doing the Shakespeare theme, I do just off the dome have several nicknames that they gave Shakespeare.
We can even just call it the Tempest and leave it
You
at
can
that.
call it the Tempest. You can.
I've
call
literally
it
pulled up random Shakespeare dialogue generator.
the Swan of Avon. We
generator.
could call it the Immortal Bard. We could call it probably not the British Hercules, but they did call him that.
No, we
The
just keep it.
Wait a minute. The Turkey of Avon.
The North Star.
The Turkey of
The
Avon.
Jester's
the Prince of
Emancipation.
Poets.
The Deadly Misfortune. The Tides.
Deadly
Watching Us.
Misfortune is sick. I
That's like a
that
sick name
one.
for a ship.
that is
yeah.
a sick name for a ship. I like that. Let's.
How did their ship sink? They met with deadly misfortune.
Oh yeah, I do like that.
It's good.
I'll write that down, and if y'all want to change it, we won't lock it in until we actually get started.
Even if our ship looks really silly, I think we should call it that.
That's the
Yeah.
best part of it.
For the bit.
justification.
It's in bright primary colors and weird bits and bobs hanging off of it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Still called that.
So
The master shaped
third-
like bowling pins.
After you, so in the steps I have for crew creation, so you do your ship, you name your crew, the crew's supposed to have like a goal, like kind of a centered goal around it, like what as a unit you are trying to
I
accomplish.
thought we established it was tax fraud.
That seems to be the way you're going. But you can do, again, a very like broad purpose. Are you looking for treasure? Are you fighting the United Government? Are you exploring, trying to find the 10th sea? What kind of like general, very broad goal you
Maybe
want
because we're doing tax evasion, we're fighting the government.
It could be it too. Yeah, I mean that would fit with the tax evasion. It says the way I wrote it is this should be an overarching goal to guide your crew over the course of the campaign, something very difficult and near impossible to accomplish. This is the reason your crew came together in the first place.
I think finding the 10th sea is also a good one.
Generally, it's good.
I wanna do
It's
it.
not, again, I just want to put this in there just for some like character like ruminations. I can't promise it's going to play into the kind of 3-part thing I've put in. So this is mostly a moot point, but it also might influence some role play choices you make over the next couple of sessions. So
Well, I was gonna say, as part of the captain's origin, one of the things that you get is that you can like basically select like why you are a captain.
Mhm.
And one of the things for the captain is part of the personal goal, and one of the personal goals was I have an old friend who is now a rival captain, and I want to prove to them that my crew is the best on the 8 seas. And so I'm personally doing it out of spite, or I'm going up against Captain Gillen D. Stern. I don't know the name of their pirates, or if they are even a
The
demon.
stupid
fruit man.
idiot pirates that are bad
Yes.
at pirating.
Stupid baby dum dum pirates.
What was the name of the
But-
dog in Hamlet?
The dog in Hamlet.
Oh no, I've completely blanked.
I blanked on that.
I've never
I-
read Hamlet.
I was in Hamlet.
I was in Hamlet several times. I'm trying to remember the name.
But anyway, so my rival captain, Gillen D. Stern, I want to prove that I am a much better captain than they are.
And that could tie in with the crew's goal too, because if y'all want to go with the kind of like, I'll admit, like right in the setting, the clear one is kind of like finding the 10th sea, because that's like the whole like.
How else
it's
am I
kind of-
supposed to prove I'm a better captain?
Exactly. Yeah.
I need
and
to
that-
do more grandiose things. Like, we are thrill seekers. We're avoiding taxes. Like, you think that people don't pay their taxes because they just forget about it, or they're like not really thinking about it? No, they love the rush of sticking it to the man, and that's what the full strike pirates are about.
Yeah. Cool. Do y'all want to just go with that then?
I like that. Yeah.
In game.
Are you tired of your life feeling like a 3-7 split? Then join us.
Incredible.
Oh my god.
I just had a thought about the ship name.
Yeah,
So you know how in One Piece it's like the 1,000 Sunnies, right?
yeah.
The perfect 300.
Perfect strike.
The perfect game.
The perfect game.
I do
I'm
like
down
that
for
too.
perfect game.
AKA the misfortune.
I do like that. We can play around with that too. I'll get final votes on shift name when we get there. So we've got Deadly Misfortune and the Perfect Game right now, kind of floating around. So we've got kind of we'll stick with kind of the general goal, like finding the 10th sea. So that'll become impetus for the crew. You all have also your individual goals too. Depending on the job you picked, I may not have written all of those yet, because there were a couple of them that I did not get around to doing those beforehand, but some of them did have some example goals for you to pick from, but you're welcome to come up with one for yourself. So the next part, these are more of the mechanic stuff. Crew level. So much like yourselves, the crew. This is kind of like a hearkening to like Blades in the Dark, kind of, where your crew has a start. It typically starts at level 1, and over the course of the game will increase based on your crew's bounty. You have you start with a starting bounty, and then it goes up depending on, or sometimes down, depending on the actions you take during the game. And that's something we evaluate at the end of every session. Because I'm starting all at level 9, and we're doing that for the purposes of the game to playtest a lot of these mechanics and rules and stuff for the people out there in the chat. I'm going to start y'all at a higher bounty. I think I'm going to start y'all at a crew level of 2. Which would have y'all with a 30,000 strand bounty. Strands are the measure of currency in this game, like berries in the One Piece setting. A strand for conversions at home, just so y'all know, I essentially made a strand equal to about a silver piece in converting the currency from 5e core 5e to this game. But as your bounty goes up, your crew level increases as well, and this is a measure of how well you're able to do things as a crew, because some of your mechanics, especially the ones that come in with your jobs, are based in how on your crew level. So like you'll have a number, you'll be adding your crew level to checks that you make, or you will be have access to use an ability a number of times equal to your crew level. As your crew grows more proficient, you're able to do those things more and better. So I'm going to start y'all to crew level 2, because we're assuming that y'all have been doing this for a little bit. So y'all would have somewhere between a 30,000 strand bounty and a 749,000 strand bounty, and those go exponentially up. The highest crew level 5, requires a 550 million strand bounty. So, and that pretty much, I wrote that to kind of line up with One Piece, because I think that's about where they get when they're just ridiculously powerful. What the 4 emperors have, like, in the billions, I think, for their bounties.
You're gonna have to not pay taxes for a long time.
Look, if you don't pay taxes continuously, that means that they are forced to increase the amount of berries that you're worth.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the long con.
So so you have your bounty. I would write that down somewhere, so when you're using ability, you know your crew level is 2 right now. That also determines like the access you have to ships as well. We'll get to that in a sec. You also have a crew morale. I'm going to start y'all at neutral. Crew morale is a game mechanic of how well y'all are doing right now, kind of checking in and making sure y'all are taking care of yourselves and each other and getting shit done. You start out with a neutral morale, which is where I'm going to have y'all. That can go up and down depending on some questions we answer at the end of every session. So it's stuff like working together to defeat a challenging adversary, stealing, did you steal or earn a big score? Did you take steps to help one of the members achieve their personal goal, or did you actively pursue your crew goal? Answering yes or no to these questions determine whether your morale goes up or down or stays the same at the end of the session. And those have some additional effects. If your morale gets up to like fantastic, you get advantage on death saving throws if you're within 10 feet of another crew member, and you get to start each session with a point of inspiration. If it goes down to like faltering or adversarial, you have disadvantage on the on the faltering. The crew captain has disadvantage on initiative checks for ship combat. And an adversarial, each crew member has a disadvantage on charisma-based ability checks directed at members of other crews, so like social checks with other crews, because y'all hate each other, and why would anybody listen to what you're saying? So we're gonna start in neutral, and that could potentially go up or down in the next couple of sessions that we have for our mini-series here. And then the last little bit for crew bounty at the end of the session as well. Your crew bounty will change depending on your actions. So your bounty increases as you disrupt the status quo. If you defeat a crew that has a bounty higher than yours, your crew bounty doubles. if you fight against the government and survive, your bounty triples each time that happens. So that's kind of how that mechanic works, at least right now in this playtest. So that is pretty much it for that. Let's go ahead and make your ship, because that's the more important part, and I'm sure the part that you're all most excited to
hammer.
to do. The what? The hammer. The hammer's
Get
yeah.
it,
You need the hammer. We're
yeah,
gonna
there we
make
go.
your ship. So normally y'all would start with the ships go to 5 size categories based on the hull size. So you have small to colossal. On the small end of the scale, the dimensions are like bow to stern, 40 to 60 feet, port to starboard, 30 to 40 feet, all the way to colossal, where the dimensions are bow to stern about 200 to 220 feet, and port to starboard about 100, 110 feet. Those are, you can only have your crew level dictates what level of ship you can operate. So right now, since y'all are starting out level 2, I'm going to give you access to up to a medium ship. Normally you'd be starting with a small ship, poor sails, and a wooden hull, and then get to pick a couple of weapons. But we're going to change that up here a little bit because we're starting kind of further in the game. So what I'm going to let y'all do is I'm going to give you 150,000 strands, and y'all get to make your ship.
Oh,
Go.
okay. Okay.
You can decide on the mechanical stuff first, which options you want to pick. So you can start with a small or medium hull size. You can, which you can see I assume everybody has the PDF or the OneNote up. You can get to those. It's under equipment page to ships and upgrades.
Do we get the ship outside of that 150,000?
No, that is part of the
That's part of it?
150,000.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
got it.
Okay.
That's part of it.
So we have 70,000 to work with currently.
If you're going to start with the medium, you could start with a small and just get the most.
I am too big for a small ship.
Big man on a little ship.
Whole size mostly.
Sitting there like,
Your whole size mostly impacts your hit points, how many
Okay.
weapons you can have on the ship, and then the bigger the ship is, the more of a speed penalty it has. So that's what hull size does. Bigger the ship, harder it is to sink. You then have sail quality, which is ranked from poor to expert. That determines how fast your ship can move. So you can negate some of the speed penalty by having better sails. That's kind of necessary when you get to the bigger ships, because like a colossal ship has to have basically the expert quality sails, or it can't move because it has a speed penalty of 80. And then the last thing is hull reinforcement. That's what your ship is reinforced with to determine its armor class and damage threshold. You have wood, iron, sea stone, steel, and cloud metal, which both have an armor class and a damage threshold that is baked into which material you're picking. Yes.
The
Bam.
damage threshold is just like the base rule as we would know it.
Yeah,
Like,
the
you have
damage
to
threshold's
deal-
the
So you have to
same.
get past the AC and then deal that amount of damage.
Yeah.
Before you
so
do
even
damage.
if you hit if you're shooting at an enemy ship with your pistol, and it's made out of sea stone, you have to do at least 20 points of damage to do any damage to the ship.
I understand. I always forget that rule exists.
Yeah. I think a lot of people do.
It's cool. It's a cool rule.
Yeah, it's just meant to kind of mitigate that, like, a horde of rats couldn't sink your ship just by chewing
it's
at
good
it.
for structures and stuff.
Yeah. So I would recommend you pick the money that you want to put into the hull size, sail quality, and the hull reinforcement, and then you have a list of weapons you can pick from as well. Each of those weapons has indicated a price, which you should keep track of it when y'all are shopping for this. It also has ship weapon slots indicated, so that's how many slots it takes up from your maximum weapon amount. So like a medium ship has 4 weapon slots, a big cannon has it takes up 2, so you could only have 2 big cannons on a medium ship, whereas you could have 4 regular cannons. So
Can we have like a sheet to put the ship stuff on?
yeah, do you want me to just give you like a handout or something and roll 20?
It's fine.
Okay,
Sure.
I can do that.
Just somewhere where we
So-
can all see it, so we make sure we're have the right stuff.
I will do that, and I'll make it so all of you can edit it as well.
So how much money do we have to play around with?
You have
150,000.
150,000.
150,000.
And I decided that number
Shit.
Right
purely
now,
arbitrarily.
Off the cuff.
I'm a fan of the medium ship, but
Yeah, me too.
it's a big chunk, but
Yeah.
it's literally
That's sorta
double.
what I
It's
was-
double the
Ship,
hit
though.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
I'd say
think-
it's worth it. And like it's not like we need to really put I know I'm gonna regret saying this. We don't really need to put a lot of money into like weapons because that's what all of our jobs are for.
That's true.
I was
Like-
gonna say
What?
we wouldn't have a sail per se, but we could get a beam emitter. And use that
that's
as
the
our
thing, we push
propulsion
it
system.
backwards. It's just
my
rocking
God.
ourselves forward.
That's just ballpark science right there.
I was, as soon as I put the beam generator, I was like, somebody's gonna find a way to be able to put a beam generator on. I was like, there's some sort of loophole I haven't figured out that y'all will be able to afford a beam generator and still have a functional ship. And that was most of the math I was doing, is how can I make that not happen?
Well, a medium ship is 80,000, so I think
Yeah,
we
and
cannot.
a beam generator
Is
costs
also
80,000
80,000.
and does 20 d10 radiant damage.
Yeah, we're 10D.
What if
we're
we
10,000
okay?
short.
What if we put a sail and armor on the beam generator?
There we go. There we go.
No ship, just the beam
Just the
generator,
beam
just
generator.
riding around.
You know, kind of like one of those banana boats you get like a club bed. You know, we're just riding on it and the beam generator just launches us.
Yeah.
We can have the captain also be the propulsion system. Two giant oars.
There you go.
Or he just stands right behind you, just doing like a doggy paddle, pushing it forward.
Genius.
I hadn't thought
You
about
can't, 'cause
putting
he's a-
oars as an option
Oh,
for ships.
Our ship needs to be so much bigger to have the crew for oars.
Yeah, it
Unless
does.
I'm like
Yeah.
Thor's.
I
in-
specifically,
yeah.
so those of you out there might be like, oh, there's the Spelljammer stuff. Like, why are you doing this when there's other stuff? I specifically did this because a lot of the Spelljammer, like, it doesn't so much matter how many people you have in your crew and stuff. Like, I wanted a ship that could be functional with just the players
Just
that
the
are
5 of us.
operating it. So I tweaked some of the rules when it comes, especially when it comes to like loading and using weapons, so that a crew of 5-player characters could use a ship and have it be functional. And that's what I'm trying to balance here.
Pretty true to the show, I think.
Yeah, because it would be I as much as I thought about it, I was like, I don't really like the idea of having a bunch of hirelings that have just a bunch of randos, like background characters on the ship that are part of your crew, because that doesn't feel very true to like the subject matter we're basing this off of.
So we're gonna do a medium ship
Mhm.
with sails and a hull, I guess.
I
We
guess,
have
yeah.
to.
If you go with wood,
Um,
if you go with a wood hull, you don't have to spend any money on the hull. That's just free.
I
That's
had
what
an
they said.
idea if
I
we're
feel like we should.
we
I'll write on my
should,
handout.
Yeah.
mostly because my dumb idea is just to stack a bunch of vice grip rams and rams to the front of the ship and just Roman charge into things.
We would have to have a significantly
Mad
stronger
Max,
hull for that
War
shit.
Boys, grenade spears.
We call the attack.
If we had
the
a
perfect
steel
strike.
hull, maybe, but
We call the attack
we're-
"Witness Me."
We're a little squishy. Okay. First glance, thoughts. My thought is this: medium boat, fair sails, iron hull reinforcement, couple cannons. Not to mention, even just with a couple cannons, some of us on the crew are cannons. So
Yeah.
taking that into account.
I agree with like the base stuff idea of like the sail and the hull. Yeah, it's definitely a medium because we need a medium. I feel like.
Yeah.
I'll put out one last little wrench, and yeah, I was gonna let you get through character creation, like ship creation first, but I did put. If you're on the Roll20 page, I've got 11 ship tokens for y'all to pick from. Those are just the ones I have. I do have some more depending on how you want to describe your ship, but those are maybe some inspiration for maybe a ship you want to pick as part of your for your characters.
I like this.
But things that you probably should focus on the mechanics first, then you can look at the design stuff. I'll do a shout out to the person I bought this from. Where was it?
Okay, I agree with Sid then. The medium would be 80,000, 90,000, 140,000. We have 10K to play with.
We could use that just to get a bunch of cannons then, like Sid said.
So fair sales and then just a wood hole. Is that
Iron
Iron hole.
Iron Hole.
I'm taking-
Okay.
Writing it down.
I am leaving all of the design of this ship to our shipwright, and deferring entirely to it. I'm the captain. I just say like make those pins. Like I give you the theme, like people who commission artists and give them no direction. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I want it
I want a
within
ship.
budget and bowling themed. And
Yes, Captain.
this is our crew, and we're not going to pay any taxes on this or anything ever
Even
again.
better, Captain.
So that'd be 140 that you have spent on those choices, and then you have 10,000 to play with. You have 4 weapon slots, so you could do 4 cannons, and that would cost you 8,000.
We could also do that's 9,000.
You could do a ram and
And a
Cannons.
powder barrel shoot.
Ooh, powder barrel
Ooh,
shoot.
that's a good one.
Well, that's 80,000. That's 8,000.
that's
Sorry.
8,000. So you'd only have you could buy 1 cannon and the powder barrel shoot.
Again,
And you can put it and then the thing you'll have to decide is on weapon placement, and we'll mark that on the sheet whether your weapon is on. You can put it on the bow, port, starboard, or on the stern of the ship. But that matters because when we're in ship combat,
Way your ship's facing.
way your ship is
Yeah.
facing depends on what you can attack with.
I think multiple cannons. You put them either on the starboard and port sides so that we can
on each side.
shoot either way. Yeah.
do we want to forget the shoot then and just get a bunch of cannons with what we have
We've
left?
got 2 more episodes. We can upgrade the ship
Yeah, we
eventually.
may get more money. You never know.
Okay. So a couple cannons on each side.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
So 4 total, 2 on each side.
Yes, sir.
You could also do 1 on each of the 4 directions if you wanted that too.
Ooh.
Oh, that's true.
Like friggin'
yeah.
lovers in a dangerous space time.
Yeah, I mean it just depends
Love
because somebody still has to use an action to load and fire during combat. And the way, just so I can explain, because I probably should explain a little bit of how ship combat works, if you guys think that would help in making this decision. So when we end up in a situation where you're doing ship combat, there are special ship actions that you take that determines again for positioning. So the way that starts out is the captain rolls initiative for each of their vessels, and then everybody sort of determines where they're on the ship, choosing between the helm, the deck, and the weapon area, wherever that might be, depending on how you designed your ship. And then at the start of the round, depending on who rolls initiative first, you do side-based initiative. So everybody on one ship takes their action, everybody on the other ship takes their action. The captain will give an order to the ship, such as bring us around for broadside, full speed ahead, or prepare to fire cannons. Each character who takes that action on their turn to accomplish that order gets to add your crew level to any attack rolls or ability checks they make to do so. So if you're following the captain's orders, you get a bonus. And then everybody then on the crew takes their actions, starting with the helm, starting with the main deck, then the helm, and then the weapons. The person at the helm or the person on the deck gets to adjust the sails, determines your ship's speed, or prepare to board another ship, and then the helm steers the ship in the direction, so you move the ship straight forward as an action, or you can use your action to reposition and actually pivot the ship in a different direction. and then lastly the cannon, the weapons would go. So if you think about it, it's kind of a little clunky to picture out, but deck sets the speed, captain decides which way the ship's going to be facing, and then whoever, or not necessarily captain, whoever's on the helm, because that doesn't have to be the captain, decides which way the ship is facing, and then whoever's on the weapons can fire in one of the directions that the weapons are facing. Having a weapon facing in more than one direction helps make sure that you are ready to fire in any direction if you need to, and so you don't require as much positioning when that comes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
it'll probably make more sense once we're actually doing it. But
So
Do
do
we
you
feel comfy with what we've got?
do you
Yeah, I
guys
feel
want two on each side, or do you want a cannon in every direction?
I really
I
like
want
the-
one in every direction.
Yeah, I'm really leaning towards cannon in every direction.
I want one in every direction.
Yeah.
I'll separate them out.
I think it's more fun to have it in each direction. For
or we
sure.
put 4 cannons on one side of the ship and just
We just
do
broadside
nothing.
people all the time.
Yeah.
I love it.
Stupid.
And it's just other ships doing everything they can to stay on the other side of you while you're like turning and like, hey, wait.
No,
I'm watching
no.
you.
Here's,
I'm
here's
watching
my
you.
question though: are all of our cannonballs bowling balls?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
100%.
I just wanted to confirm with that. I
They-
just wanted to confirm that. Okay.
Look, it's not
Do we stick
that...
extra gunpowder in the 3 holes to
No,
make
they're
it more
just
explosive?
okay. So that's the thing. They're just regular cannonballs, but they look, or I guess they should have the 3 specifically for me. But I
Yeah.
imagine that they aren't like made of like metal or lead. Like they look like that like marbled epoxy kind of thing. Like they're just bowling balls.
Is
But
our,
it's One Piece logic, so it's like, these are 10-ton bowling balls. Ugh, like,
is our grape shot just a bunch of bowling pins shoved into a cannon?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
And for like the way our cannonballs, they're not stacked up on each other. Are they like in that little like bowling ball?
the little-
little.
Okay, so as part of being a bowling man, I think I should explain my power a little bit. So I am playing the demon class for all of you viewers at home, which according to One Piece logic means that I ate a demon berry, wink wink, that has given me outlandish powers. And the powers that the fruit that I ate was the pin fruit. So I am a bowling man. I have the deep pockets ability. So I was literally thinking I eat 500 pounds or keep 500 pounds of bowling balls in my tum. And as part of my ability, like my lower jaw comes down and my tongue acts as like the thing that pops the bowling balls up into my hand. So that way I can roll
Like the return style.
like the return, the return style thing, but it's literally just cannonballs that are coming
Yes, I
up.
love this so much.
You're a
It's-
lick-a-tongue.
Kind of. I'm a lick-a-tongue, but as
Licky
part of
tongue,
my as part of my improved sound of battle, I was thinking that like on my arms, bumpers will come out and it'll act like a rail to just shoot cannonballs out of.
Yes.
Or I can just straight up bowl them at folks. I spent a lot of time thinking about how bowling could be a
amazing.
superpower.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Uh,
Are
so
these
yeah.
like cosmic bowling, like brightly colored, like orange and green and pink?
That
bowling
is one of
balls?
my
Oh, do they
move
glow in the
names,
dark?
Yes.
Yeah, do they?
It's not all of them. Not every bowling ball glows in the dark, but a lot of them do.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like when we're on stealth missions and we want to get when we want to get a ham bone or cause a washout. I looked up a lot of bowling terms.
Yeah,
for
I
this
was gonna
as well.
say you're.
Like we don't want to be throwing glowing bowling balls at people. If we want to like scuttle them in the night.
I'm looking through my ship catalog here to see if I have any that work for a bowling themed ship. So just bear with me. But y'all have. It sounds like we've got the mechanics figured out at the very least.
Okay,
God.
I organize everything on the ship sheet that made sense to me. If we need to move stuff around, we can. I left a place underneath I'm gonna move that actually. I'm just putting the ship's HP at the top. So that can be edited easily, and then underneath I have a slot for each cannon, where it is and how many hit points it has.
Sounds good.
So we can just pop in and edit the number down if we need to.
So
Love it.
I can't find a ship that looks so much like a bowling ball. I do have this one, which kind of looks like a bowling pin. Hold
That
on.
could work.
Let's show everybody the great ships. Look at all these ships, chat.
As long as it's medium, we can use our imaginations.
That,
I like
or
that-
we just
yeah,
import a
I love it.
PNG of a bowling
I like
pin.
that
that
one
doesn't
with
look
the,
like a bowling pin.
It's
But
the
I-
closest I had to a bowling
It
pin.
looks
But I
like
like
something
that it could
else.
have like the bowl, like the weird
Find out
spirally
later.
drill could just be one big bowling pin.
I will not get my mind
Yeah.
out of the gutter. My captain won't let me.
Exactly.
I was waiting for someone to make that
others.
joke.
I like it. It's got like a free. It looks like it just got a drill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really like that one.
It's very fun.
This is the one that's the most bowling ball in proportions.
He's so small.
I
Little
gotta.
guy.
I think it's about average.
It's a little guy.
Every time.
That one?
How do
Little
I?
guy.
Hold on.
It's a
I
little
gotta.
guy.
I gotta make it bigger. Hold on. Why won't it?
Doesn't usually happen.
Sorry.
Doesn't
Sorry.
usually happen.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Totally normal.
Look, it's a grower, not a shower, okay?
Yeah.
Dude, same.
Why won't it? Oh my god. Hold on. Delete.
No.
Oh, the little guy.
It got cold.
Gotta blow it out a little bit.
All right. Token level.
Why use two
I'm
hands?
sorry. Indoor, I'm sorry. This is
No,
this
I
is
love this.
all the time. I apologize in
It
advance.
looks like a little beetle.
That's
Little
just a
legs.
man.
Aw.
It's a
Oh,
boy.
it looks
Like
like a little
little
horseshoe
leggies.
crab. Like a little horseshoe crab.
Aww.
I can't wait to see what the anthropomorphized version of the ship looks like.
He's
The
so
little
cute.
mascot.
Okay, I like the little beetle though.
Yeah.
I do.
I like that one.
Is there anything insect terminology wise in bowling that we could call a soul guy?
Oh, no.
Not in real world
Oh,
bowling.
yeah.
And another tab. Sorry, chat.
In fantasy world bowling. Oh.
Yeah, you could.
Like instead of a turkey, it would be like, that's a full beetle.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the English Hercules was a thing. Herculean beetles are a thing.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So I threw out
That's
this
like a
option.
ship like we acquired from somebody else and it's a completely different theme than like anybody.
You just
Aw.
repainted it.
There is something called a sour apple, which is a 5-7-10 split.
Oh God!
There's also something called a cherry.
So we just call it the sour apple, and there you go.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right. Is there? I've thrown a couple more on there. Is there one that everybody's leaning towards, or somebody want to? I can start some elimination.
I
rounds
like
into
the little
leading
guy.
rounds.
I like the little guy
I
one.
like the little guy.
guy.
Give us the
Yeah.
weird little
Everybody-
guy.
Give us
All
that
right.
weird one. Give us
This
that
is
weird
little
little guy
guy.
so much.
Here's your ship.
It's our
Kurt-
little guy.
Yay.
He's just a little guy.
Just a small little guy.
Yeah yo.
He's so
I
cute.
love
guy.
it. It's
Just
adorable.
sail
I should have
on the
known y'all would
highway,
pick the
little
weirdest
guy.
one.
I do too bad, little guy. He's a.
I wouldn't
he's a
expect
little guy, little guy,
anything
little guy, little
less.
guy.
Love it.
It's a thick boy. I'm now comparing it to some of the other ships that I've gone.
Little boy. He's thick.
He's thick little boy.
All
Little
right.
and thick. Name of my sex tape.
Slaps the side of the ship.
You know what? I realized what I was
Uh-huh,
saying as it was coming out of my mouth.
Yeah,
I was
Wally.
like, yep. Nope.
Mhm.
I'm
All
just
right.
gonna keep going.
We have your ship. We have your crew. Name. Are we? What name do we want to finalize for this bad boy?
I kind of like the sour apple.
I like the sour apple as well.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
do
cute.
like the sour apple. Yeah.
All right, I'm going with the sour apple.
That's what we
You
call
are the-
sore losers.
You're the full strike
sour apples.
pirates, and your ship is the sour apple. God, this is adorable. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could have been the Jolly Ranchers, and this is our ship, the Sour Apple. But you know what?
We wrong theme. I would have needed to eat a completely different fruit for that.
Let's remake his entire character.
From
Everything.
scratch, let's go.
Is there any other before we jump into the game? Is there any other mechanic stuff we want to work out? Any other questions, comments, concerns?
I'm sure I'm going to have some.
Yeah, let's get to the nitty gritty of it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think we should just
My
do
other
it.
question is, do we want to take a quick break here and then jump back into it, or is everybody good to go?
I have a small bladder and my water's almost
Yeah,
empty.
same.
I would love to take a break.
Quick
Yeah,
break.
same.
All right,
Yeah.
perfect. Let's take a real quick break. We'll come back and we will we'll get this started. So thanks everyone for joining us. Be back in a few minutes. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us while we took our break. I think we are ready to begin. I've got a little cold open here. I'll read for y'all. I want to change music. Let's do this first. Clouds swirl and twist around an island painted with a dense canopy of green. Thick jungle trees shift and birds flit from branch to branch as a cool afternoon breeze brushes against the foliage, hunting for chirping insects tucked within the shadows. Foom. Foom, foom. Sporadic thumping catches the attention of the wildlife. Crack! A hole in the canopy opens as a tree falls, crashing somewhere unseen. Animals scatter, tucking into burrows and taking to the sky as a roar echoes in the distance, followed by shouting and frantic beating of feet against the jungle floor. Then, 5 figures erupt from the tree line together, eyes adjusting to the bright light of the clearing, immediately wheeling around to face another terrible howl as 2 gorlions explode from the jungle in pursuit. Sandy brown fur clinging tightly to dense musculature as they stand on their back legs and beat the ground with massive arms. A dense mane of yellow hair surrounding their cat-like faces as they unleash furious roar from tusked maws. And I'm gonna have you all roll initiative.
Knew it.
In media res! In media res!
And I'm gonna have you give me these as I
Res.
Alrighty. Let me roll for the Gorlions too.
Van, explain Reliance to me.
Oh,
Gorlions are lions with big gorilla arms that love to throw things.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
this is also
This is their
entirely made
first
up.
instance. They have no One Piece lore. It's just a One Piece like creature. He's
Yeah.
throwing
This
at
is
That's
us.
just
what I
something I made up.
Think they would be. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I think they would be.
I told you all, I don't know if it was before stream, but I told everyone that I
We should do
will
a
be
game.
deferring all of my One Piece
Okay.
related questions to Van.
We should do a
I've
game
seen 19
though, of
episodes.
like what's One Piece and what's Val bullshit.
Yeah, that's the perfect game right there.
We should just play D&D Calvin Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that what we're doing now?
Essentially.
Calvin Bowling
All
in
right.
this case.
Let me get. Can y'all see the turn order?
Yes.
Yes.
Why did I roll for the sour apple? I didn't want to roll initiative for the sour apple.
The ship gets a turn. The ship gets a turn.
Yes, does it?
Y'all
The
aren't
ship
on
just
this
rises up out of the deep and just lands on the lions.
I'm just gonna add it.
Just like the
custom.
burning Gundam, you just point it to the air, the ship rises out of nowhere.
The Coraline's got a 21.
Holy
Damn!
Because that's
Man.
they don't have an awesome modifier either. I
Are
rolled
they
so much better
gorilla
on roll.
lions?
They are gorilla lions. Yeah.
That's why I defer to Van.
Okay. What did Skipper get?
24.
Damn. What did Ham get?
12. I rolled like shit.
Captain.
A 14. I have a -1 to initiative.
Hemlock.
19.
And Guy.
I got a 10 because I rolled like dookie.
All right, and I'm going to have you describe your characters when you come up in initiative as well.
Okay.
So, wait, I need to. There we go. So we will be starting off with Skipper. I'm going to describe how you land. So there's one thing I want to know. You are all running through the jungle. You've just burst out. One of you is carrying a treasure chest currently. Who's carrying it?
I don't have
It's got the
strength.
best strength.
Who's strong?
God,
You don't
please
have to
it
be.
me.
You don't have to continue to
I
carry
have
it,
a
but one of you is
+2.
currently responsible for it.
Well, I
I
got
have
the most
+2, but
arms.
I am large size.
Oh, you could
Oh,
just like
that's
hike
fair.
it
My
up.
Yeah.
my strength is what's my strength again? My strength is 18.
Mine's an
Wow, so
Wow.
strong.
Mine's negative
I'm
one.
I'm a strong.
You carry that shit then. Damn.
Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor.
Guy's also the smallest.
I am also the smallest.
Which I love.
little.
I love the idea that you're running through, just carrying this thing above your head.
Uh,
Okay, Skipper, please describe yourself.
I imagine that a tree trunk hits right behind Skipper, and he jumps into the air, fur kind of frazzled outwards as like this box forms around his face, and you see "Wanted, Dead or Alive," Skipper Tumalu, aka Skip, and then the money amount underneath it. Skip is based off of a Emperor Tamarin monkey, so they are blackened fur with the very nice curled mustache to the side. He has a bard's hat with a feather stuck into it, and he's currently like holding it down to his head. And along his back is a guitar case. Oh, you're muted, Val.
I'm muted. Love it. What does Skipper do?
He runs and bumps a shoulder into a tree to open up the guitar case, and a rifle springs upwards, and he jumps, catches it in two hands, turns and fires at one of the gorilla monkeys.
Okay.
Or
Lions.
lions.
You know, we're doing One Piece, but when we do introductions like this, all I can see is like Borderlands.
Ain't no
Like-
rest for the wicked.
Like you
Listen, I'm
stop
fast.
and the name just like scrolls across the screen.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that mashup. Okay, make your attacks.
Natural 1.
Good start.
Let's go.
Who gave a monkey a gun?
Is that a monkey?
That's not actually our 5th crew member. That's just a monkey that found a gun.
Okay, you fire your first shot, pulling out your guitar musket. Wait, is it still contained within the case, or is it just
It's
sprung out of the
it
case?
spring loads out of the
Okay,
case. So, he can-
yeah, you've got your musket, you line it up, and as you are taking aim to fire, one of the closer, smaller of the two core lions, boom, slams their both of their meaty arms down on the ground, and it kind of shakes for a moment. Your shot goes wide into the air as you lose your balance. What else do you got?
lands back because of the concussive blast of the rifle, rolls on his back, gets back up onto his feet, and starts running again. Hemlock, hurry up!
Perfect. That is Skipper's turn. It is the Gorlions now. I was not expecting them to go so high in the initiative order.
I mean, they don't
have to let them.
to.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to. The Gorlions, because they are angry. One of them is going to, I think you fire this shot at it, Skip, and it looks at you and just and goes running across the ground towards you, leaps in the air and then slams down with two fists towards you, Skip. I'm gonna have him make 2 fist attacks against you.
Oh god.
That is gonna be a 15 on the first
That's a miss.
and a 15 on the second.
That's also a miss.
So, boom, slams on the ground. You just kind of leap into the air, avoiding the strikes as it just narrowly misses you from behind. The other one grabs. We're gonna do a character introduction as I attack someone. Grabs a rock and I think hurls it at. Kurtz, you're so fucking big. I'm gonna he just like grabs a rock and just hurls it in your direction. What is? Let's go ahead. I want to go ahead and describe Captain Kurtz here, since I am attacking you.
Yes, of course. So the good captain is a giant of a man. He is a giant kin. So he stands, probably like 13, 14 feet tall. Like, he is a massive body. Very standard, like, kind of pointed helmet that comes down and helps give like a little bit of a metallic cowl to his face. And then he just has a long curved beard that has what looks to be like 2 dark lines that go down the side of it. Because this is definitely not One Piece, but also unrealistic, I imagine his hair is the almost like a dark green, like whatever color that you usually see as like the belt loop in the return feeder of in a bowling alley. Like, that's the color of his hair. And he is wearing, I can just say armor because it doesn't have any real bearing onto our AC.
This is a mechanic in this game. All armor is innately based. You can be wearing armor, but it's all aesthetic. So everybody's armor class is based innately on their stats.
So it is the armor that he is wearing is, I want to say, like a nice like reddish wine color. That has 2 glaring, like, mint green stripes that go down the side. Like, it's like armor with a tabard that's a bowling shirt over it. And he's wearing a cape that has the symbol of the Full Strike Pirates along the back, but he has just gotten, I am going to guess, rocked here by this Gorlion.
We're going to see. That is a 19 to hit you.
My defense is 13 because I am a giant, so yeah.
Okay.
Most things will hit me.
Jeez. Okay. That is going to be then 36 bludgeoning damage as this rock boosh hits you and throws you straight back.
Hold on here.
Dudes, we gotta go.
We have to leave here. Okay. Because one of the devil abilities, I can spend some demon berry points and gain resistance to some damage, and I'm just checking on that now.
You also have your giant ability, which is kind of based on the Goliath thing, where you can roll a number of times per day equal to your proficiency bonus. Mm-hmm. You can roll a D12 and add your con modifier and reduce the damage by that amount as a reaction.
Does that stack with your demon berries?
I don't. Well,
okay, I can use my reaction to give myself extra AC, but that's fine because that's not what we're going for here.
Yeah.
I don't think I took the right. Yeah, I didn't take the right style of buff to actually get that. To endure, I needed the physical fortitude, and I chose the master manipulator one.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I get hit for 39.
You can't. Well, if you want to, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage with your giant.
Yeah, that seems good. I will try and reduce that damage. Where's the D12?
Yeah, I'm going to try to introduce things as they come up. Yeah.
That is 1 on the die.
Oh, no.
So great times had by all.
Plus your con.
Roll a D12 plus my con. And my con mod is 3. So I take 4 off of that and take 35?
No, it was 36 points of damage.
Okay, so I'll take 32.
32. Okay.
Yes.
Hey, it's something.
If you took 5 off, wouldn't it be 31?
Oh,
Every
is it
point
5
counts.
total? Did you
Yes.
roll? You roll. Okay,
Yes,
5
yeah.
total. So
Okay.
yeah. So you take. Yeah. So you're at 30.
I am at 31. Okay.
Yeah, so a little bit of your giant's resilience kicking in as you are giant kin. It slams into you, but you are still thrown straight back. I imagine like did we decide you're carrying the chest or that Skip is?
I
think Guy had it.
I think Guy has it. Yeah.
Oh,
Guy
sorry,
had it.
Guy has it. Okay, so as you're turning around and beginning to shout orders to your crew, suddenly your captain is just knocked into next week by this giant rock that hits him.
I just start I lose my footing and I'm just falling somewhere.
Just reaction shot of all the rest of the 4 of us going, ooh.
That is the Gorlion's turns, though.
It is canon, though, that when I fall over, it's the sound of pins scattering.
Yes. That is Hemlock's turn now.
With the echo and everything that you'd get in a bowling
Yeah.
alley. Okay, Hemlock.
Nice throw.
It's just fucking Wii Sports.
Wii Sport music starts playing.
All right, Hemlock comes full Devilman Crybaby sprint running, propelling themselves with their arms out of the brush and sort of like skids to a stop halfway in between Captain and the Gorlions, and just has this completely manic like smile on their face. They are tall, almost 6 feet, probably like 5'10", 5'11", very thin and lanky. They have this really long, like curly, like messy brown hair that is like tried to keep back in a braid, but it's just all over the place. Doc Ock from Spider-Verse.
Ooh, yeah.
They look like that.
So my
one
hair
set-
in real life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
essentially.
it is. Yeah.
Tall Sid. One set of goggles here, another set of goggles around the neck. Is just wearing like just very sort of classic like breeches, boots, shirt, kind of half open, but it's like there's burn marks in it and stuff. And these bright green eyes. And they are going to, as a bonus action, I'm gonna reach out, since I have a longer reach, towards my captain, and I'm gonna use my healing hands. So because Hemlock is a Nexi, they unfold one of their elbow joints and then another one of their elbow joints, because they have extra joints, and sort of reaches out, just pops the captain, because I can do this as a bonus action now. You're gonna heal. Oh, do I add anything to this?
Yeah, Nexi are a full ripoff of what are they called? What's the tribe called in the long
Just
arm?
the
tribe?
long arm- yeah, the long arm
tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have extra joints. That's gonna be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 healing.
That's
Captain
really
Kurtz.
helpful.
And it stings. It's some weird sort of like poultice kind of thing, kind of emanates from their hand and just like rubs it along like like something that
Oh.
would like bruise. It smells kind of weird and it stings a little bit where it touches your skin, but it works.
There's like a sizzling noise associated with it, but like
Yeah.
it's fine.
Some of the body hair kind of.
I
It's
love
just
it.
a handprint of missing
Feels
body
better.
hair on my leg.
She would feel better.
It's just a slap on the back.
I made a real weirdo. And then I'm gonna, as my action, I'm gonna unfold my other horrible arm, and I'm gonna slash at the. Oh, let me make sure I can do this.
I'm realizing how much these come across as body horror in a
I have 4
verbal
elbows.
description versus in the anime, where it's like, oh, they're goofy, they got big arms.
His teeth are made of pianos.
Yeah.
And I'm
We ate
going
her family.
I pull a cutlass from the other side and 1 elbow, 2 elbows, and I'm gonna try to attack one of the
Okay.
core lines.
Do
Okay,
it.
so I use my action to make a melee attack. That is a 16. That's a 24. It's a 16
Oh,
plus
yeah,
8.
that fucking hits. Yeah.
Okay, so then I have so many abilities. I want to use them immediately. I'm going to use my wonderful medical study to hit a pressure point, which I can do. So I will spend. How many of these do I have? I have 9. Let's be rude. I'll spend 2 points to add 2d8 necrotic damage per point spent, plus my wisdom modifier to my sword damage. So that's 5 plus. Do you want not the damage separate? The kinds
No,
of
you
damage?
do it all together.
Okay,
Yeah.
5. $32.
Oh, boy. 32
And
points of
a
damage.
vast majority of that is necrotic damage.
Yeah.
And I think Hemlock like puts there's some kind of weird vaguely poisonous like blade oil that they just keep on their cutlass, which is why it's sheathed like basically at all times unless they really need it. And yeah, just pulls it out and there's this just a little bit of like black just like drips off of it and
Yeah. So you spread this pressure. What you see, the anatomy of these things, you quickly survey and kind of gauge on like where the weaknesses of like or where the like vital spots would be on the creature, and just with your long arms, the Goliath is not able to react in time, and you just slash across with your cutlass, spearing into this thing and dealing a tremendous amount of damage.
whoever is still in the bushes kind of hears.
you got gated, but I could get it from the visual.
That's why I made the face just in case.
Thank you, Hemlock. Captain Kurtz, is your turn now.
Okay, so I just got hit by a Gorlion.
Yes.
They have hit me with a rock. So honestly, with everything that I have, I think the best option is to throw something back at them.
Yeah.
So I would like to pick up the rock that they threw at me. And like he rears back, and then like as soon as his bowling fingers hit the rock, like they just insert into the rock like it is a bowling ball. Or like he'll like spin it really quickly, and like as it becomes more spherical, it then just turns into like the marbled ball.
Yes.
And I would like to throw a rock at this line, but I don't know what the damage for a rock is. I looked up what a giant normally throws in D&D, and it says 4d10 damage if I hit it. And that seems like a lot.
Are you wanting to do this as an improvised weapon or flavoring it as your innate weapon that
Flavoring it as my innate weapon.
Okay, then it'll just be whatever damage you do with your innate weapon.
Okay,
we'll
let
deal with
me check on that real quick. Because innate weapon...
Because you would have picked one weapon that you're proficient in. It was with your bizarre armory.
Yes.
Yeah, so you choose one martial weapon or a firearm. So we talked about that a little bit beforehand. I don't know if you ended up taking the one that lets you do a cannon. Okay,
I will be a siege monster.
Okay, so you have the option to do that one too. If you would like, you can spend the berry points on that if you would like to.
Nah, I won't spend the berry points on this one.
Okay, but we'll just flavor it then as just your normal bizarre armory weapon.
Okay, and then just checking. God, what would that even be? Is that like a harpoon?
Well, so you would have picked one when you made the character. Did you pick one, or did you?
I don't think I saw.
Okay. So you just pick one weapon, and that's kind of what you base the damage off of.
Okay.
Whether you want it to be a ranged. So I assume you're going with a ranged weapon.
Yes.
So you could do I'm going to the equipment page. You do a blunderbuss, a musket, a pistol, and again, it's just for flavor. You're just picking like base what
I'll
stats
do
you're
a
using.
blunderbuss.
Blunderbuss.
That seems most accurate to what I'm
So
doing.
your bizarre armor, your innate weapon is a 20-60 range, and it's 2d8 piercing damage.
Okay.
I'm willing to change that to bludgeoning if you want to make it bludgeoning.
Yes, I would like bludgeoning.
Okay. We do want 2d8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, sick. So I will do that, and I will roll to attack.
Go for it.
Oh, hey! Okay, so that is a 24
Yeah, that
to
hits.
hit. Haha! And then, so that is going to be 2d8. And then plus my charisma modifier? I believe?
Yes, with your
Diamond.
charisma, you attack.
And then I chose the improved sound of battle, so I get an additional +2
Oh, nice.
on this as well. So that is a total of 12 points of bludgeoning damage. as I rear back and then throw this bowling ball.
And do you have multiple attacks or?
I do not believe that I do as a demon. I think I just hit the one.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't.
It's
I
one
don't
of the
think I do
demon
because
traits
I
you
didn't
can
pick
take.
the traits. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I get the one, and then I'll just continue hauling ass towards the ship.
Okay, so yeah, you and so Sound of Battle. I think we've referenced that a couple of times. That is the it's called Grit. Is the base idea behind it? It's the equivalent of hockey in this HAKI, not the sport. In this setting, and yeah, it kind of like is a resonant kind of. A learned ability, and so yeah, you're able to like we kind of describe it as like almost like a shimmering effect, is the way I think Wally and I were talking about it ahead of time, where it's like
black lightning with like red outlines to it sometimes. Yeah. So I think like he's probably like infusing this rock with his with the improved
grit.
Sound of Battle, and that's how it turns into the bowling ball.
Yeah. So yeah, infusing it with your grit, you take it, you hurl it in the direction. It slams into the Golion right as it's thrown this rock at you, just trading blows at a distance. And then you start just hoofing it towards the ship.
Kurtz looks at the lion and says, "Who do you think you are? I am." And then keeps running off.
Awesome. Good turn. Hamm, it is your turn now.
All right. Running on very stubby little legs. You see essentially a bird-like person, very thin, whip thin, 5'2", with mostly human looking, except for some wispy feathers that stick straight out of her shortly cropped hair, along with some feathers that seem to come out of some of her joints, feathers, elbows, the like. Sunburnt skin, very pale gray eyes that sort of match some of the feathers coming out, and most interestingly, just this pair of like almost pigeon gray feathers coming out of her back. She's a wind rider. Speaking of which, running on her stubby little legs is not really doing it, so she is gonna start flying. Not too high because we are in the middle of a forest, but yeah, like maybe at least 5 feet up. And well, she's gonna aim back. Basically, like, she just stretches her arm out behind her, and then her fist does the Iron Man thing. It folds up and releases out a firearm, and she's gonna shoot her arm cannon.
Yes! Let's go!
Guts!
This is the coolest fucking bunch of characters.
For real?
Right?
RJ put in the chat that like the monkey with a gun is the most normal.
We've got
in this group.
giant bowling captain, gun bird, too many arms, monkey with a gun, and I won't spoil Wally's.
Yeah. I have a question about the arm cannon. Do I make the ammunition for that? Do I need like a bandolier of small cannonballs that I keep with me? Like, do I create it?
You
like,
create the ammunition as part of it. Yes.
okay, I have to spend like is it a bonus action to reload? Because it has the loading function.
The loading property just means you can only make one attack with it per
One
round.
attack per. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's just these horrible bloody bullets.
What?
Yeah. Loading property in 5e just means you can only make one attack with it as an action.
Got it. Okay.
I'm stupid. They're owl pellets.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, that's a horrible implication at the same time.
God.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
You're selling little corpses.
Yeah. Oh no.
Just like little vole skulls and
Oh,
shit. Like,
oh, no.
This
yeah.
turned into horrible.
If
I
you
love
ate,
our crew.
I
if
start
you
taking
ate other
notes.
birds, they'd be hollow point because they're hollow bird bones.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. GGK for every single game has at least one character who does creepy stuff with dead bodies.
Yeah, we know shit about birds. That's right.
Yeah.
Take note, Brennan Lee Mulligan.
I'll give you 5 facts about birds. I'll give you 100 facts about birds.
All right. So I'm going to shoot at. I'll shoot at the one that just threw a big old rock at my captain.
Okay.
That is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So now that I am 9th level, I do 2d12 with this mofo.
Nice.
And that's an 11 and a 12. So that's 23 plus 5. That's 28 points of
Nice.
piercing damage.
28 points of piercing damage. Nice.
And I would like to say that when the cannon goes off, it does not blast. It just caws very loudly like a crow instead.
That's so good.
I do have to ask: is your suit here, or is it with the ship?
No, it's back on the ship. No.
Okay.
I don't have my suit on me.
Okay. Just making
There's
sure.
a suit?
Maybe.
I just had to ask. I won't say any more detail than that, but
Cool.
yes.
No, I wanted
back on the
to
ship.
wait. I wanted to wait.
Okay.
So no. Running through the forest, that was gonna be hot. So no.
All right. Yeah, as you're flying through the air, arm unfolding, firing this horrible projectile at the gorilla. That one takes. Are y'all? I assume y'all are all kind of focusing on the one that you've injured
Oh,
at this
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that one is looking pretty rough. That is Ham's turn, and the last character to introduce is gonna be Guy.
So the camera cuts to someone who is further ahead by like 20 yards, and all you see is just a treasure chest booking it across the ground. You don't see anyone carrying it, you just see the treasure chest just running really fast, and then suddenly the treasure chest stops and it like kind of pivots left and right, like it's looking around for where everyone went to, and then it just goes, the treasure chest goes, and it hops off of someone's back, and you see this 2-foot tall Minen, which is like a little tiny guy, about 2 feet tall. He's wearing a long black coat that has flames on the sleeves, and on the bottom of the hem of it, he has a pair of shades sitting on his face. He has these long dreads that are that's tied into the back, and at the tip of the dreads, they're all frosted tips. And he looks around. He's like, "Did I run ahead again?" And he stops and looks towards the direction where all the sound is going. He's like, got it. And then he just takes off, in like a dust of smoke is behind him as he's sprinting across the floor. And that's when you notice there at his side is a katana. But the katana is a normal size katana. So it's huge for his little size. It's like so much bigger than him. But he's just booking
Literal
it across
anime
the
sword.
like booking it across the floor as this like dust cloud starts running back to you guys. And I have a question. I saw the custom rules. There is one rule that caught my attention. It's called show your moves. Once per session, you can make an attack and loudly announce the name of the move, and I get to add 1d6 the attack roll or to the damage of my choice.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so he's running across the ground towards you guys and sees the gorilla lion that everyone is attacking, and he grabs his katana in his hand and he's just holding it like this, like at his side, and he unclicks the hilt of it and he says under his breath, "Flavortown style," as he just runs up to it. And as he unsheaths the blade, you see like you see like it starts to wreath in like these flames as it slowly comes out of the sheath as he goes to attack this thing, and he says, "Flavortown style, dragon chili strike," as he slashes his blade at the gorilla lion.
Oh my god! In the localization, they change it to like Tasty City or something.
Yeah, they call
like
it Tasty City, so voice being sued.
Please make your attacks. Oh my god, I'm so happy.
That's a 19 of the dice, so that's a 26.
Okay.
So that is, I hit with that.
Flavortown style.
So that's a 1d12 plus 2d6. Okay, so that is 17 points of slashing damage and 11 points of fire damage.
Okay, so the total for that is 28?
28 points.
28 points of damage.
And
nice.
when the strike hits, the gorilla is just engulfed in a wreath of flames as their body is set on fire.
Oh, right. Okay, so you're using the burning one. Okay,
Yeah.
got you. So this girl line, as you know, like shoom, shoom, suddenly like landing on the other side with your sword extended out, the girl line like lets out a roar as it suddenly whoosh, bursts into flames, which carry a nice spicy like barbecue smell in the air.
After he does that, he looks back at the gorilla and he's like, "We should try to save this. This could be dinner later on tonight." And he goes for just a normal second attack.
Okay,
against it.
second attack.
That is 25 to hit.
Also hits.
That's 8 points of slashing damage.
That's Katie quotes. Okay, jeez. Yeah, and just carrying one more slash to the back against this Gorlion.
You also see that he doesn't have the treasure chest anymore.
Yeah, just sitting in a field like half a mile away. Perfect. That is Guy's turn, which brings us back to the top with Skipper.
Skipper takes the guitar case from their back, throws it into the air. It opens up. He throws the rifle in it, which dislodges a grenade and catches it, and also like a ukulele in the other hand. He slings an arm through the guitar sling, and it shuts closed behind him as he uses a bonus action to throw a grenade at the Gore Lions.
Okay.
They need to make a DC 18 dexterity check.
Dexterity saving throw. Okay. That is going to be... one got a 19, one got an 11.
Well, the one with the 19 saves for half of 23. The other one takes full.
Okay. So half 23 will do 11 points of damage. And then the other one takes 23. And I see it says thunder damage. Is this your custom grenade?
It's my custom grenade, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, is this... what does the grenade look like?
The grenade itself looks like a tiny powder barrel.
Okay.
But when it explodes outward, you just hear like a power metal screamo, like sort of, yeah!
Yeah, and to like hold their massive hands to their heads, trying to muffle the noise as the area shakes around them.
That is
Fantastic.
truly
That was your
poignant.
bonus.
We saw Jesus Christ Superstar last night.
Yeah, we did.
That's
That's just your
rock and roll
bonus
shit.
action, right?
As my action, I'm going to use my musician ability, Rousing Song. You play a song at the start of that stirs your crew to action. You may use this feature as an action during combat. Until the start of my next turn, any crew member that can hear may increase their base movement speed by 10 feet.
Okay.
And Skip starts singing, "Run, mateys, run! Don't ever look back! They'll tear us apart if you give them a chance!"
I love that. Okay, so I know a couple of you were like, because like you got like Hamm flying through the air, kind of moving that way. I know the captain was moving as well. Guy has an incredible movement speed and can continue running around behind you. So everybody's is like running in that direction. You're doing the same as you're playing this. All of you feel stirred to action by your musician, feeling yourselves like increased speed to move. Now y'all, because additionally when y'all were running through the jungle, these things have were moving faster than you and catching up very quickly. Now you're about on par, so y'all can keep a distance between them as you're running, and they're chasing after you, slamming into the ground. That is Skipper's turn. The Gorlions are going to go. Having a hard time catching up now that you're all like stirred to action. I think they are going to make their attacks. One of them grabs a chunk as you have fired at it from the sky, Hamm. One of them like just grabs the ground, pulls up a chunk of earth, and then just hurls it up in the air towards you.
Earth, my dearest enemy!
That is gonna...
No, she's a flying type.
Oh no.
no.
She's
super
immune.
effective!
No, it's ground type. The attack's
Oh,
ground type.
fair.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
immune.
it's
I'm immune.
dirt,
I can't be
so
hit.
it's ground type.
You
can't be
so
hit.
you're immune
Sorry.
to it.
Nobody panic. Nobody
We're
panic. She's
fine.
immune.
We're fine.
It
Okay.
uses Thunderbolt instead.
Wait, actually, it has some rocks in it.
RJ, stop
Oh
helping.
no!
All right, it throws a rock at you. That's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
It would be if I didn't use my reaction for pin bumper rails as I use push and pull, which is basically just silvery barbs as a
Yes.
demon berry ability. So this rock is about to hit you, and your captain yells out pin bumper rails. And as they do, they whip their arm forward, and you just see like bumper rails at a bowling alley like extend out of his arm within 60 feet and just catch the rock and then like propel it back down to the earth. So now you have advantage for the next minute, and they have to re-roll and
Okay.
use the lower roll. So hopefully pin bumper rails actually stops it, but if it does,
It's a 13
Yes!
on the second one, so that does
Yeah!
miss.
That misses. My AC's 18.
Awesome. So yeah, you have advantage on your next. So you're giving that to
giving
Hamm.
it straight to Hamm.
Okay. Yeah, you just see as it's about to crash into you, suddenly these bumper rails extending out from your captain hit it and just. And I think you just get the clink sound of it hitting the bumpers as it smashes into the ground underneath you, avoiding. I love silvery barbs so much. I had to include it as a.
Hell yeah.
It's so wonderful.
It's such a fun
Yeah. So I just had
Thank
to
you,
make
Captain.
it into an ability in this game. So yes, awesome. Oh, it's so nice to see all this stuff being used now.
It's happening.
The second Gorlion, I think it sees the tiny little sword guy running around, and it's gonna go full Donkey Kong and just start slamming in the ground, trying to hit you guys.
Yes, come on, let's go.
Let's see. Ooh, I rolled 2 25s.
Those hit.
Okay. That's gonna be. It's 18 on the first one and 22 on the second one.
Okay. Like you see, like guy gets smashed twice, like bam, bam, and after like the fists move away, you just see him look up with this smirk, and he has a little bit of blood trickling from his cheek. He's like, "All right, time to
And now-
tenderize this meal."
One of the one that's on fire takes a little damage at the start of his
Yes,
turn.
they
Right.
take 1d6 fire damage.
Okay, gonna roll a d6, and I believe he has to use an action to put it
Yes, they have to make a dexterity save, I think. No, just have to use they have to use
out. I think
an
they
action.
just use an action to.
But
to
it takes 5 fire damage.
That's 5. Nice. Yeah. The Gorlion is so enraged right now, just completely on fire, slamming into the ground, and you're just like rocked side to side. You get clipped by one of them, slammed with the other fist, and yeah, you you go full anime protagonist, wiping the blood away, preparing yourself for the next hit. That is the Gorlion's turn. Hemlock, back to you.
Okay, are they within 15 feet or are they farther than that?
Of each other,
Of me.
of you. I'll say you can get so that you're within 15 feet of each
Okay.
other, like,
I
yeah.
will, if I have to, seeing what just happened, I can't get to Hamm, but I will like hit the brakes really quick and like skid and kind of let everybody go past me. As Guy goes by, I'll use my bonus action. I'll reach out an arm and do another healing hands.
I just like
Guy.
I'm imagining from like the cinematic view, it's just a hand just reaching from off screen, tap, healing.
Yeah, boom.
Like,
And this one sort of like catches him like right here, like kind of wipes the blood, and then just you're just covered in something,
Thanks, Doctor.
but you feel better.
Gross.
I rolled an 8, so 12.
Oh, okay.
all right, everyone in this crew is either gross or ridiculous.
I'm both.
I'm pretty normal, all
Yeah.
things considered.
You are.
RJ came out of this was like, so I look like a monkey and I have a gun, and we were all collectively looked at RJ and said, "Hold my beer." We've never tried to out you so hard before.
I feel like
okay.
RJ's like RJ's like, is this what it's like?
That's what it's like.
So I slap Guy, with some poultice that I've made, and I skid, and then I turn around very briefly, and I'm almost like running backwards, like making sure that I'm keeping at least a little bit of pace. And I throw my hands out like this with my super long arms, and I say, "Good luck catching us through this poison gloom." And I'm gonna use my miasma.
Oh, okay.
So I create an aura of toxin extending from me. It's a 15-foot radius. You guys are fine, though. So I can use my bonus action to force one of them to make the con saves. So my next turn around,
Okay.
if they're still close, I'll do that.
But they're moving within your miasma now. Okay, because you
Yeah,
are
but they're
doing you are the plague doctor.
I am the
subclass.
plague doctor subclass.
Awesome. Are there any other effects? I wrote this. I should know.
So,
but-
well, you wrote a lot of things. No, so on my turn, as a bonus action, I can't. I just really wanted to heal Guy because he got hit really hard. So if we get to another round and they're still there, I can force one of them to make the save. If they fail, they take damage. If they succeed, they take half. And then because I have the higher level one, I have Dyscrasia. So it ignores resistances and immunities to both poison damage and the poisoned condition. So if they have that,
Cool.
it doesn't matter.
Awesome. Great. Hemlock he suddenly starts. There's this aura of just nasty. That's
It's this like dark like forest green, just sort of like cloud.
I imagine,
You know, like
like,
you get
break
like
open.
in a swamp when something has been like stirred up and it's like foggy, but it's also
Yeah.
like gross.
Do you produce this through like
Murky.
Do you have something like you break open, or do you have like you're burning some sort of like
There's so I think they keep like because they want to be able to sort of like control the spread a little bit. So I think along whatever, well, because my armor class is pretty high, so I'm imagining like there's something going on. But I think they have these like sheaths essentially that are like protecting them from the poison itself, and there's these like crystals along it that can be
Yes.
like replaced, and so they will like crack them and then just let all the
I love that.
nastiness
I love
out.
that. Awesome.
And it's called
Hemlock.
Poison Gloom.
I love it. And did you add? Oh, you. So you showed your move. So next time you can use the D6 to add to the damage.
Yeah.
If you would
Get
like. Okay. Since you showed your moves, Captain Kurtz.
Reporting in. Let's pull up here. Okay. So there is one Gorlion that we have just been like.
That one is really rough right now. He's on
Okay.
fire. He's really fucked up. The other one hasn't been touched that much.
Okay.
But yeah.
I'm gonna try and hit him if I can.
Yeah.
Let's see it. A 25.
That definitely hits.
Excellent. Okay, so now that I'm hitting him with my bowling blast ability, which is just my regular attack, but it has
Yeah.
now been flavored. For a total of 14 damage.
Ooh. I assume this is the on fire one. That's fucking.
Yes, this is the one that we have continued to pelt.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Once again, are you producing one of like? What's the attack?
So I think that it is like, yeah, it's like he like sets his hand down, and like gets like this like look of like, consternation on his face as this large bulge comes up his throat. He opens his mouth, extends his tongue out, and there's like this whirring sound from inside as a bowling ball just comes up onto his tongue, and then it like rolls down his beard, and you realize that the stripes on his beard are actually like structural in shape to help the ball roll out as he catches it into his hand, and he cocks back and just pin bowling blast and like throws it forward. I want to say his laugh is something like shit kick as he throws it forward, and he will he will strike for 14 damage.
Nice. Were you using your show your move there? Or you
I
wanna
was
save
not,
that for
because that
later?
is a
Okay.
once per session
It is a
move.
once per session thing. Yes.
And I feel like I don't know what tonight has in plan, but I want to save that until I am a siege monster.
That is fair.
And this is just like, this is the gum pistol. Like, this is like the level 1.
This is just your basic attack.
This is like, people know this one if they've seen the show before. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, the bowling ball just slams into the Gorlion. Again, on fire. Like, this thing is like just kind of like is like covered in soot. Is breathing heavy, just like still angry, but also realizing that point of like the cartoonish eyes of like, oh shit, I'm really fucked up right now. That is Captain. I think that is your turn. Unless you have something to say.
I believe so. Except, let me see. Yes, that is my turn.
All right.
Actually,
Ham.
sorry.
Oh.
As part of once per turn, when I hit a creature with an attack that deals damage, I can move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space. So I'm just gonna hit it and force move it. Just
So you
like
just
a
push
little
it
bit.
back a little. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
just
it.
like I hit it with a bowling ball.
Yeah, you did. And again, that strike sound hits as you I imagine like throw the ball and like turn and continue to run before it even hits.
Oh yeah.
Ham, it is your turn.
Okay. We're all running.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure that I wouldn't hit any of my friends if I threw an explosive.
Okay.
So is that possible? Maybe like throw it behind
I'll
the
say it's possible.
Gorlions?
These are huge creatures.
Cool.
There's a lot of space around them that you can aim this for.
Okay. Still flying. Gun cannon out. Reloading. Reaches on to a bandolier. Like she's wearing just like a gray like sort of jumpsuit. The top half tied around her waist. Guns are out, literally. But like a bandolier of just weird garbage, just like wrenches and bones and various things. She's got like shit hanging out of her ears and just everything here. But off the bandolier, she just pulls a black ball with a little fuse, grabs a match from behind her ear, like flicks it on the bandolier, lights it, charbroiled, cook, and just tosses it back. She's gonna throw a bomb.
Okay. Is this a regular bomb or do you have a special bomb?
I have a regular bomb.
Okay.
I've got the special bombs.
You got special bombs.
And just remember, you do have advantage should you so choose.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I will
Part of
absolutely.
Pin Pin
use
Bubble
it.
Rails.
You do.
Hell yes.
Yeah. So this you
It's
don't have
just-
to make an attack on it. Bombs they have to
thought I
they make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, then I will save my advantage.
Okay. Yeah. It's just on your next roll. So that is the so both of the Gremlins will make a dexterity save. Okay, they made a 15 and an 18.
Yeah, they both saved.
So yeah, because I think it's only dexterity 12 on a basic bomb.
Yeah.
So I think they take half damage.
Okay.
Or do they
Confirmed.
take- Confirm.
Yeah, I believe they took half damage.
So
All right,
it's
3d6.
3d6 fire. Pretty good rolls. 6 by 4 is 11. So it's 15, so 7.
7 points damage. Ooh,
To
boy,
both of them.
That was, real bad. Still have though so much fire and explosions.
Would it really be a One Piece episode though without fire and
I
explosions?
know.
So
That's
why
why
not
like
be?
every class I think has some sort of explosion-based thing that they can do. I was like, I gotta have explosions in this game.
I don't think I have an explosion, but I do have things I can throw.
You do, yeah. That is so. Ham, that's your turn. You throw the bomb.
Yep.
Continue
Flying away.
flapping your wings. Guy, it is your turn.
Okay, so the gorilla lion that's on fire just slammed his fist into me twice. After the second slam, I hop up and I run up its arm to slice at its face.
Okay, this might do it for this one.
Okay. I have 2 attacks. I'm gonna roll the first one. That is a 25 to hit.
Hits, yeah.
And I have like the D6 from my show me my moves.
You
from the
do,
previous
you
one.
do.
Yeah.
Well, no, you used your D6.
Oh,
on the
that's
last
right, yeah.
one.
I used it on the last one, yeah.
You're good with shooting
Yeah.
moves.
So that is 12 points of slashing damage from the first attack.
Exactly how many hit points I have left.
Oh! So I like to see the way it's done. You see him running up the gorilla lion's arm, and as he draws the blade, you see the like the way his sound of battle takes form. It's like this wispy, fiery energy that's surrounding him. And when he goes for the strike, you kind of see like behind him this silhouette of a larger person, this jolly looking chubby man with frosted tips, spiky hair, mimicking the same move that he's doing as they both swing a katana at the same time as he just slashes right through this gorilla lion. And he lands down behind the gorilla lion after it falls over, and he twirls the blade and sheaths it, and he says, "Now that's a driver dive in right there."
We are not sponsored by the Food Network. I just want to throw that out
No,
there.
but we
We're
should
not.
be.
Hey, if you're listening,
I'm gonna
foodies
send
out there.
a link to this episode just to Guy Fieri,
Fieri.
Please.
and
Yeah.
say, Mr. Fieri, can we have some money, please? We love you so
if
much.
this was an episode of One Piece, I would do a 20-minute flashback of you being trained by Guy Fieri right now.
Well, that was kind of a JoJo too.
Yeah, it was a little bit. Is Guy Fieri
Like
your
his
stand?
stand- his
is he your
stand is-
mentor?
It's-
Are you
it's-
possessed by Guy Fieri?
Guy Fieri
I don't
is
want the
my
answers.
mentor.
I
Okay,
don't want to
okay,
know.
okay. What would
they-
That's the.
What would they have to call the stand in the English dub though? Because it
They
couldn't
would have
just be Guy
to.
Fieri.
They would have to
Flavortown.
call it. They would have to call it.
Flavortown?
Yeah, Flavortown.
Dude,
probably.
Coolio.
Dude, Coolio.
It's just Coolio though.
Dude, Coolio sounds exactly like something they'd put in a fucking JoJo.
Okay, that's your first attack. You slash this as you slash at this girl line, just it kind of like eyes go wide, kind of rolls back a little bit, and then just thunders down, like lands on its knees, and then face plants onto the ground.
Then I turn to attack the other one.
Okay, it's running past. That one is a little bit ahead, has turned around and sees the other one go down. You can see it like panicking for a moment as you come like running up next to it.
Because I have the sprinter ability, okay, so that means I just move really heckin' fast. You see this gorilla lion just kind of sees me so far away, and they're like, "Oh, that's fine." But then all of a sudden, I'm already right up in their face, like as soon as they blinked their eye.
Yeah.
His legs are so small.
That is a 21. No,
Hit.
23.
Hits. These things have an AC of 12. Y'all are gonna hit no matter what.
I
That
mean,
is.
Oh
8
well, okay.
point-
If
yeah,
you roll a
yeah.
nat one,
Yeah. Well, I rolled 1 damage, so that is 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah.
This one's like not badly hurt, but now is very sad.
It's about to be in a poison cloud, so
Yeah.
it's about to have a bad time.
As you slash at it too, running past it, just this blur across the ground, the grass like parting behind you. That is Guy's turn. Skipper, it is your turn now.
All right. Well, has everybody done their show me your move?
No.
Not yet.
Okay, I'll say.
I think we
Save
have two.
it.
I'm gonna save it for
yeah,
later.
Guy and Hemlock have done theirs. I couldn't resist.
I had to.
I
I
just
played the
had it on
swordsman.
the
I
sheet.
had
I was
to.
like, I'm gonna do it.
Skip runs, trips, and falls on like ass over tea kettle. The ukulele goes spitting into the air. The guitar case in his back opens up and just chomps the ukulele, but spits out 2 pistols. And he grabs those on the roll, turns and fires 2 shots at the gore lion that is next to Guy.
I love it. Make your attacks.
23 for 23.
Yep, hits.
Wait, that's
Oh no, that's it automatically rolls with advantage, so it's a 23
right,
to
right,
hit.
just a 23.
You can turn that off if you don't.
You
like
can.
it.
if you
Yeah,
want
I'll
to,
go turn
but-
it off later. So this one does 11 damage.
Okay.
And the second one is 19 for 6.
16 damage. Okay.
So RJ is sued after you make that shot because it was right next to Guy. Guy instantly turns around and says, "Music monkey, you almost hit me with that one."
Well, you shouldn't be standing in my way then!
Well, maybe you shouldn't be jumping all over the place shooting randomly.
I'm shooting at a target!
The target is huge. How did you almost hit me?
I my long ass arms grab both of them by their collars and just.
Well, we've claimed the Zoro and Sanjis of this game.
Alex literally just said it in chat.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Which
Love
means
it.
we're the strongest duo in anime.
It can't be stopped.
All right, Skipper, good turn. That brings us back to the Gorlions. One of them down, the other one's turned around, just and starts. Oh God, who's gonna attack? There's so many people around.
Do you think it's mad?
I guess is going to.
I did
I think it's
say
just
I
gonna-
was in the back.
Huh? Yeah, you did.
I was gonna say I don't want to influence her decision. I don't want to tell you what to do.
I think it's
but
like-
I did
like-
say I was in the back.
This cloud is emanating from you around it. It's just like grabs a rock and throws it at you to try to get you. That'll be. That's a natural 20.
Kurtz?
That is
I have I used my reaction? Yeah.
not
Oh.
this round.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
sick!
back
Yeah,
down.
yeah. Pin bumper rails, my guy.
Help! I don't have
Not
that
a
many
bad
hit points.
idea
yeah.
because my other
High
roll is
armor
a nat-
class. Not a lot
So
of hit
my
points.
And they're the healer.
my second roll is a natural 1. It would have been.
So it evens
50
out.
It would have been 54 points. Of
That is
bludgeoning
more hit
damage.
points than I have, and I'm at full.
Yeah. So not only
hit die.
not only has the bumper rails like propelled this yet again, I will give that advantage to Hemlock because right now Hemlock is the only person who's like grabbed both Guy and Skip to like get them to the ship. Like that, and Guy needs to grab the treasure.
Yeah,
But-
I do.
Yeah. So, but
If
in
only I
order
had
to
3
do that,
arms. Wait, I
Yeah.
have an idea.
Build another one.
Oh no. That is the Gorlion's turn as the rock once again like bounces off the rails and slams into the ground. And Hemlock, it is your initiative now.
Okay. What can I apply the advantage to?
attack, saving throws, or ability checks.
Yes.
Whole, yeah.
Excellent. It's in my poison gloom. It's in my miasma. So yeah, having not died, I've been very scared I was gonna die for a second. I will use my bonus action to force that Gorlion to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Constitution.
The DC of which is 8, 12, 16 is the DC.
It definitely succeeds. I'm rolling so well right now, y'all.
That's okay.
That is a 23.
So it'll take half damage, and it is not poisoned,
Okay.
but it's still gonna take some damage. Where's my D10?
And you can add the d6 to this because you did your shit
Yeah, I'm gonna do
last
that
time.
because I rolled a 10 on the dice and I rolled 5 on that, so that's 15 plus my level.
Yeah.
Don't mind this. I'm testing if I pick the right
24.
option.
So it'll
So it
take
takes
12.
12 still.
Sick.
I don't.
So it's coughing, sputtering,
Yeah,
trying
I
to get
feel
out
good
of
about
this,
that.
this gloom. You still have your action.
I do. Guess I am going to sort of one like upper arm goes up and then elbow reaches back and just pulls out a pistol. And I'm
All
just
right.
gonna,
I think
shoot at it.
because their arms are so long, the pistol's right there, but they went the long
I have to go
way
around. Yeah,
They went
to
the long way
go-
around to grab it.
I have to
It's
put
on
things.
your waist. and
Things
you
are
have to-
very strategically placed because I have a whole extra like elbow to deal with. Gun. What gun? D20. I know how to play Dungeons and
Yeah,
Dragons.
and you have advantage on this.
Good, because I rolled a natural one. Okay, 19.
Hits.
Okay, and that's also defeat. And extra points is only on melee attacks. It's just the gun. That is 13 piercing damage.
13 points piercing damage. All right. Yeah, through the gloom, it parts as the round hits the Gurlion. Looking kind of rough now.
And there's just click, click, click.
Sid!
Look at what you've done!
Oh no!
Sid
You
died.
just shot Sid
Shot
out of the
Sid
goal.
out of the call!
Oh.
Oh, they're restarting now. They're restarting.
The timing on that was scary.
Yes, it was.
Should we take a quick break?
We can take a quick
Because I can't see everyone's faces anymore.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
killed
God,
Sid.
no.
Let's take a break
yeah,
so I can go get her out of the Shadow Realm.
let's do that. So, thanks everyone. We'll be back in a minute as soon as we get Sid back. Be right back. Welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us. We got Sid back, so we're good to continue.
Sorry.
It's all good. Where
Man, you didn't do it.
My aim was a little off, and I may have fired Sid into the Shadow Realm, but I went in and found her.
and
Appreciated.
we concluded Hemlock's turn with
Yeah.
that. So it is Kurtz's turn now.
So Kurtz has been doing one thing, and he's been doing one thing really well, and that has been throwing bowling balls at people. But this time, I think what Kurtz would probably do. Kurtz is going to rush forward. He's going to grab the treasure. And then he's going to use his action to bark orders at the rest of the crew. And he is going to say, we need the Foundation! Everyone back to the ship! Back to the Sour Apple! And then, so everyone can then, because it's a number of crew members equal to equal to our crew level, actually. So I'm going to choose Hemlock, who's the closest to them, and then also Guy, because Guy can move super quick. You can choose to move, use your reaction to move up to your movement speed. And then we can take a ship action, but like, we're the only crew here, and we're not on the ship. So if you guys just want to haul ass as part of the running, you're more than welcome to it.
Yes. You can certainly do that. So you both Hemlock and Guy can continue running, gaining some distance away from the Gorlions. Everybody's running away. Okay, I think that's it for you, Captain, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. It is Hamm's turn. Still up in the sky.
Okay.
Probably just need to get another shot off here if we can. We've got one left, right?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, still bounding forward, flying forward, and gonna take another arm cannon shot at the square lion, and I believe I have advantage on this roll from the
Yes, because you still haven't
Yes.
used. You still haven't made a roll yet.
excellent. That's an 18 and a natural 20.
Hey!
Ooh, let's go.
All
Natural
right.
20 purple die. Purple
Yes,
die.
purple dice.
All right. Crit on
okay.
the arm cannon.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
okay.
It's not gonna be like 4d12.
Yeah. 16. 15. 16 plus 15 is 31 plus 5 is 36 points of piercing damage.
Damn.
God damn.
All right. So from up in the sky, another horrifying bolus comes firing out of out of Ham's arm and slams into the Gorlion. Is just rocked by that attack, bones shattering, spraying all over the place. So Ham, that is your action. Anything in the bonus action?
I literally have no bonus actions.
Oh, you don't?
None
Okay.
whatsoever. So
I'll
I'm
look
good.
Might need to look at that.
Maybe we should put that on the sheet.
Yeah, I should put that on the sheet.
I'll put it on the sheet.
I'll take a look at it. Bounce some stuff out.
I'm just
okay.
writing down questions that I have.
No, those are good things for me to look into.
I just labeled it question.
Guy, it is your turn.
So Guy heard the orders of the captain, already moved like they're full speed. But what I would like to do is I reach into like my coat and I pull out like this bag of something. And I reach into the bag and I pull out a mess of spices and a piece of meat, and I just slap them and I rub them together. As I use my ability, Alluring Aroma, during combat, you can whip up a distracting dish to confuse any enemies aboard your ship. And I just whip up this little tiny like makeshift like meat sandwich, and I just toss it over my shoulder at the gorilla to distract it and keep it focused on that as we try to make our escape.
Okay.
And I use that's my action.
You throw this snack back at
Yeah,
the
just throw a
Gorlion.
snack over my shoulder, and it's delicious looking. You don't understand how he was able just to grab a bunch of things, just rub them together, and just makes this delicious looking dish and just tosses it over his shoulder.
How did he saute that with his hands? I don't understand.
It's Flavor Town, baby.
Love it.
Like Link just sort of setting a bunch of mushrooms next to a fire and perfectly roasting them.
Yeah,
My dude,
exactly.
what are you doing?
And
What are you doing?
it is perfectly plated and everything.
I love it. That is Guy's turn. Skipper
How's this Gorlion looking?
is pretty rough, and I think is looking like he's maybe gonna give up the pursuit on his next turn.
But he has a snack.
Does have a snack.
Is the snack his charbroiled friend as well? Like
I won't say yes or no, but it's a
I
snack.
can neither confirm nor deny.
Not one for indiscriminate killing. Skipper will take this to dash and run.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna bring us out of combat. You start running. Everybody's booking it after the captain's orders. One of the Gorlions down, the other one is like giving a little pursuit, getting angry. Looks at this like snack that guy's dropped on the ground, just grabs it. Just
It's the best meal they have ever eaten in their entire life. Like, you can feel the love and passion that Guy has for cooking put into this meal.
the
Think
Gorlion
about
just
it
sits
this way.
down, starts to cry.
This is this animal's first time experiencing seasoning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
see how-
this is a game changer.
You've in fact ruined this Gorlion for life.
Yeah.
You've done more damage to it than any of us ever.
Or have you inspired it?
Yeah, this
Now-
Gorlion's gonna show
We
up.
don't know how
and act.
sentient they are.
Now there's now going to be a
It
series.
seemed very sad about the death of its friend.
There's now going to be a series of cover page chapters of this Gorlion going to culinary school because it was inspired by Guy.
The first Gorlion to ever become a chef.
And it'll look up to the clouds and see like Guy Fieri. Just...
All right. Following the orders of your captain, the running down the hill towards the ship, which you can see is anchored just off of the coast beyond another like grove of trees. The bright green sour apple bobbing in the waves. The flag fluttering in the breeze. The sails adorned with the massive handprint with the cartoonish face. And the crossed bowling pins behind it. And the Gorlion takes its snack and moves over to as you're moving away, like takes the piece of it and like wafts it under the nose of the other Gorlion, which then like it gets back, like stirs back to light, and they start sharing this little meal together as you run down to the ship, and you make it with your treasure chest aboard. Back
Lion
aboard.
gourmands.
Lion gourmand. Oh my god, what have I done?
You made this.
I know.
You made this?
I know. And
You
I'm-
made this.
I
This
made
might be the best thing I've ever made. Yeah, you're back aboard the Sour Apple, and you have in your possession the treasure that you were looking for, having hunted for several weeks now on the trail of the lost treasure of Captain Brandy Shot, who disappeared some time ago. Came across a little treasure map, led you here. You were able to find the chest, and you're hoping that this may be what you're looking for as you're slam it down aboard the deck, all of you back together.
Is anybody like still super injured? I have no idea where we landed.
I'm down by like 15 hit points.
I am untouched somehow.
Okay.
I'm still
I-
20 down, but I would rather you take care of the rest of the crew first.
I think you're the most fucked up person
Yeah,
here.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah.
It's okay, I was wearing my red shirt.
Just like Hamm and the Veronicas, I am also untouched.
Hey,
Thanks to our
that
captain.
joke was specifically for me.
I am, thanks to our captain, also untouched. I will. Oh, that's during combat, so I'll use a healing hands. I'll hold off on the emergency triage. Because it doesn't seem like that much of an emergency. But let's just give a
Because-
nice
because-
pat on the shoulder to our captain, who'd kept me specifically from dying.
Mhm.
You get. Ooh. No, I'll just do the one. So you'll get 9.
Hey, better than nothing.
This one just feels like a literal, like a little bit of like, you touch somebody and you like shock them,
Yeah.
but just like a little bit more intense. Just...
I think that he's just so used to this at this point that like he still jumps, right? But like it's not one of those things where like he's like, oh wow, how could this have happened? Just more
But he
just
knows
like,
why.
is it? Yeah, it's just like more of like why is it every time? But in his brain, I mean, he ate a demon berry. He's a bowling ball man.
You've
He
probably
just assumes
asked
that this is part of your shtick.
You've probably asked Hemlock to warn you, and they say they will.
Never do.
They don't.
No, they always go on 2, and he believes in his crew that
Mhm.
you'll go on 3.
1, 2, zap.
Ah! And he just shake. Well, crew, we've earned our treasure. We've earned a round of drinks, wouldn't you say?
Should I whip up dinner?
Oh, I'm
Of
starving.
course, Chef
All right.
Bourdain.
And
I forgot that was your last name.
Yes, chef.
this is exactly why I chose that last name. And so he'll flip up the shades because he's out of battle mode, and he'll head into the kitchen to start cooking up a big old meal for the crew.
Call if
You're
you need
very
help
nice
plating.
in this. I love it.
I don't need help plating, but I will call you. But then he turns on, points at him like, no, but you're not allowed to touch any of the food.
Fine. I'll serve.
Fine. And he goes into the kitchen and starts cooking.
You know how many like server carry plates Hemlock can
Oh my
carry?
god!
Oh my
talk
God.
The
about
stack?
it.
Oh, many. But
I
they're
could do
all for
4 on
me,
each
'cause he's
arm.
being a giant.
What? Yeah, the
As a
whole
former
arm.
server. So that's like what 16 plates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the arms is for Captain, and then the other arm. Those
It's
are
for
the
us.
plates for us.
Yeah, I'll give you like I don't look, I'm already not paying taxes. Most of my money I give to the rest of the crew, like most of my strands, because I know that I eat a significant portion of what
Oh, yeah.
of what we invest.
I'm already not.
Like, I
paying
use all of the
taxes.
money that the captain gives me just to buy cooking supplies and food.
Yeah.
I spend my money on weird things. No one really knows what I spend my money on.
But we also get healed mid
But you're also
combat.
alive.
So we don't ask questions. Yeah, we don't ask because we get
No,
healed. So it's like,
no.
you know what? Do whatever you want with it.
I've managed to make you all immune to the poison cloud somehow.
Huh?
Are we taking off, Captain?
I set sail.
Aye.
And then like pan shot like once we have left, and like that way we can have like oceanic background, and like
Oh,
we have all our
I
food
did-
and drinks.
I did, for flavor, want to use a racial ability of mine called Sky's Blessing. It's technically supposed to be used to like knock people off their feet, but I'd like to use it just to fill the sails so we can get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Oh, just Tulin's little like.
Yes, Tulin!
Essentially.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
That's
I
exact-
swear
yeah.
I wrote that
Yes!
ability when I was playing Breath of the Wild, or when I was playing Tears of the Kingdom. I was like, yeah.
She just goes up and does a huge.
Immediately, Hamm is endeared to everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
If anything
Everyone
happens
forgets
to
about the
Ham,
horrible boluses that they shoot out at the.
Mhm.
that's okay.
We ignore that.
That's
Uh,
fine.
Hemlock could not give less of a shit.
Yeah, the skies are. As
If
you-
anything,
as
it makes him more interesting.
as you embark, the skies are clear, the clouds white and fluffy around you, and the ship is sailing over. It's a beautiful day, and you catch a nice breeze with the help of Ham's abilities as the ship begins to set sail for undetermined locations.
Yeah.
You have this chest. A guy makes a wonderful dinner, lunch, whatever time of day it is.
Comes out carrying like this big old platter full of like various roasted meats. And
Charcuterie?
like charcuterie tray. This is a big old charcuterie tray. And
Is there actual shark on it?
yes.
Well, it's not a crime to eat them in fantasy world.
yes.
In fact, there are too many sharks, and we have.
There
to
are way
eat
too many
them.
sharks. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're doing our part.
Yes.
Yes.
And he just comes out with this a big old plate of food, like this on top of his head that looks way too big for him, and he just sets it on a table. And he's wearing a little pink apron on, like, also, and he pulls out a little tiny serving knife and cuts up all the food and perfectly plates everything for everyone. And it's like every single one of you has like a meal that is your favorite meal.
I'm not allowed to touch the food, but I'll bring out drinks to help.
Wait a minute.
Why do I feel more like ill at ease that you're bringing out my beverages than I am if you were
Food.
I didn't fill them. I'm just carrying them.
They're all just
Odorless,
sticky
tasteless.
when you pick them up.
Yeah.
No,
that's-
Hemlock will put on gloves before.
Okay.
They have these really nice gloves that they wear when they're not.
The long, like doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
over the two elbows.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
So when the gloves are
Right.
on, the science is off.
Okay.
But when the gloves are off, it's science
When
time.
the gloves
Raw
are off,
dog
it's...
science is what you're saying.
Yes.
Real like cowards.
That's
use
exactly
gloves.
what I'm saying.
Hemlock says cowards use glove when they're doing
Raw
experiments.
dog science.
Ham is fiddling with her arm cannon. It takes 2 bites of the food, says, "I'm full, chef, thank you," and then waddles off to her workshop.
Well, actually, here's the thing. For Ham, your serving portion is exactly perfect for you.
oh,
You
yeah.
don't waste.
Well, then
and
she
so
cleans
no
her.
one,
She
yeah,
cleans her
no
plate.
one- No one like
Her
every other
plate
portion
is like
yeah.
the size of a tea saucer.
It's
but
just a
yeah,
Dixie
she cleans her
cup
plate.
with like
Yeah.
2 crackers and like a little bit of prosciutto in it.
Yeah.
There's a
And
vole
it's-
on
and
the
it-
side
it's-
to
it's-
snack.
Yeah, there's exactly. Like, there's like a bowl there. There's a tiny little cup with a tiny little like baby jerk and pickle inside of a dipping sauce and some crackers set out
I
for Ham.
imagine it's like a shrimp cocktail thing.
Yeah.
But there's just like
Yeah,
a
just a
bunch of
little
dead
bowl.
rodents.
Yeah.
Ah, this crew.
I think that Guy, whenever Guy has some like new like experimental recipe or something like really weird, like that's the one that Hemlock gets.
Yes.
He's just like, here, will you
yes.
try this?
Yes, whenever like that, so Hemlock gets a dish made of like it's this new gastronomy type of deal that he's working on. So they get like it's like this weird like balloon of meat that when you pop it, it's an outer crust pops open and you see this savory stew inside of it.
It's like those desserts.
Soup
It's like
Yeah.
those desserts with the chocolate exterior and then you pour
Yeah.
the stuff on them and it melts and there's stuff
Yes,
inside.
yeah, like that.
Yep.
But meat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Skip gets a banana.
Hemlock Hemlock does take notes on
No,
every
but
meal.
Skip gets a nice banana.
Do you
Foster.
think I'm a joke?
Do you really want me to answer that? But actually you get like bananas Foster.
Oh, I was gonna say Skip's
Yummy.
favorite meal is like a curried oxtail and
Oh, yeah.
plantain with basmati rice.
Yes.
Mm,
That sounds so
plantain.
good.
Ooh.
That sounds so
Damn.
good. And Kurtz's dish is whatever their favorite dish is, but it's like times 10.
Oh no, like that's the thing. His favorite
Meat
dish
on
is just
bone.
a big ass, like one of the sharks, like one of the mega sharks
Yes.
from the like. Just cut it into sections and serve it whole. And
Yep, that's
I was
it.
gonna
Totally
say, have
into
we dedicated like one corner of the ship for just like huge like smoking spit?
Oh,
Or we could just like put like an entire
Yeah,
shark
yeah.
on it and just say,
Yeah.
okay, that one's for the
Well,
it's one-
captain, and then
well,
Yeah,
that's
well-
the thing is that we place it on the aft castle because that way it doesn't have to risk any kind of like interaction with our sails,
Mhm.
and it also looks cool leaving a smoke trail behind as the ship
Yeah.
is going.
There's a whole like barbecue grill set on the aft castle of the ship.
Yeah. You just have a whole again,
barbecue
this is from
pit.
this is
Yeah.
from the last or the one shot we did, one of those shrikes, the big turtle shark things, just spit roasting on the back.
And there's like a little like thing is for everyone, it's anyone can easily just walk up to it, but there's a little tiny stepping stool next to the barbecue pit just for Guy.
every
Oh,
once in a
yeah.
while somebody would just like walk by, just like cut off a little.
Look, we
snack.
might not pay our taxes, but we accommodate for accessibility.
Yeah, oh totally. 100%.
The ship is accessible.
Hilariously, the ship
And
is also a
successful.
tax.
The ship is a tax write-off because it's for business.
Yeah.
So if we did file our taxes,
We could write it off.
You don't because you write off everything.
When we finally get back to civilization and we file our taxes, it's gonna be crazy.
yeah.
You have two choices. You can either be part of the crew or you can file your taxes.
No.
It's one of those things like it started out as like a thing like, oh, like we can't, like we're so far from civilization, like we can't do it, and then it just kind of became a bit about how we don't do it, and now we aggressively don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
do it.
So I think Kurtz, everyone has food, everyone is getting into it. The one thing that they have not done since getting back to the ship, and Kurtz wanted everyone to be there, we're figuring out this treasure. We're opening up this treasure. We're gonna figure out like what's the deal. We've searched weeks for it. What's inside this here chest?
Okay.
Would you like me to open it, Captain?
I
I can open it from the furthest away.
and like I feel like everyone sort of like scoots back a little bit, but like
Alright.
I mean Kurtz is like he's 15 feet tall. There's not like there's rooms below deck. Like he just lives on the deck of the ship, really. So he's like, all right, I'll get into my comfy
there, like,
chaise lounge.
Is there like a giant hammock with a nice like umbrella over it just for Kurtz on the ship?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's between the two masts.
Oh, that's so good.
But before I open
Mhm.
the treasure, just in case, I will use my diagnostic analysis.
Mhm.
So I can spot poisons and diseases in my vicinity. So I can use an action. I can detect the presence of any poison or disease within 60 feet, and identify if there are any creatures that have it. So I just make sure it's not gonna like explode in like a poison cloud or something.
Sure. Yeah. You kind of survey, but like a little like flip your goggles down.
But I take the ones that are on my head and I put them around my neck, and then I take another pair and put them on.
Okay.
There's like 4 pairs of goggles, just like.
Yeah, and you
for
like you
different
flip
things.
through a couple of lens settings. You don't see anything coming off this chest.
Without your goggles on, do you just have like the little threes where your eyes should be?
Just
like a
it's just
little-
tiny black dots.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, the Tintin eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tintin eyes. Yeah, I
He's got
did.
the Mirio eyes.
Yeah.
Honestly, no one's really sure.
I love it.
Coming back from her workshop in Starboard, you hear more the dun, dun of very large feet as Hamm comes back before you decide to open the chest, wearing her metal giant. aka her mech suit.
Mech.
Yes!
It is approximately 9 feet tall. She's sort of in the middle of it. And
I'm really
it
glad we
is-
got a medium ship, you guys.
Yeah, we're big.
And the robot.
Well, I have my
man.
little pop-up workshop. So literally, like, the way it is described is every day after a long rest, I can set up my workshop anywhere I want
Wherever.
within like 30 feet of where I am. So I imagine it all just fits into like, you know those carry-on bags that they try to sell you on Insta that like supposedly fits like 2 weeks worth of stuff in it. She just has one of those and just like pulls all this shit out like every day and like sets it up. So it's like on starboard side at this point. But yeah, so she walks over in the metal giant, and like from inside of it, you can just sort of hear kind of muffled, "You want me to do that?"
Oh,
I believe Hemlock has it covered. Thank you. Thank you, Hamm. It's okay.
I tell you what,
All
Hamm.
right.
If anything explodes, pull me out.
Giant metal arms go around Hemlock's middle just in case.
With your long arms, you reach over, you like click the little latch on the front of the chest, and then flip it open. No explosions.
I take the goggles off and put on a third set of goggles. I'm going in.
All right, you
Let's see.
lean over, kind of creeping up. You get the size. You look into the chest, look in, and you don't see. You're expecting like the glinting of gold or gems, but instead, wrapped in a cloth in the bottom of the chest, some sort of object. It's like bound in a dark cloth and tied.
I'll pick it up.
It's heavy. It's like very dense as
I'll
you
use
pick
both
it up.
hands.
Yeah. I mean, not you could pick up one, but yeah, you get like there's a weight to it, whatever it is.
Oh.
And you unspool it, unwrap it, and as the cloth falls away, you are holding in your hands a piece of stone.
I was so convinced it was going to be a bottle of whiskey.
No, it's a piece. It's like a stone fragment that is like this kind of dark blue color, and engraved on the stone. It looks like it was maybe broken off or something bigger, but engraved on the stone, you see some sort of script. Looks like almost like hieroglyphics.
Not like a language I would know.
No, it's not a language you know. I'll say anyone looking at it can make a lore check.
So for the purpose of the Roll20 character sheet, what is the
Oh, the
D&D
equivalent.
equivalent? Is it,
Yes,
I would say, like religion for lore? Or
I was gonna say
lore is
history.
religion, yes,
Okay.
and culture is history.
Okay.
culture's history? Okay.
I
got it.
specifically had Val add them to that page in the OneNote. I was like,
I
what does this
I did
mean?
that so in OneNote it now shows what they are because unfortunately on Roll20 I couldn't like swap them out. But
18.
18,
Nice.
16.
Natural 2024.
Jeez, okay.
Nice.
I see, are the other two not? Just-
No.
I'm more into the culture than
Okay.
lore.
Gotcha.
I'm dumb as a rock, so.
Yeah, because culture's like current events, peoples, things like that.
Skip
Lore is,
lives
like,
in the
ancient
present.
mythology, history, that kind of stuff. But yeah, looking at it, you, the three of you, all recognize in varying script. Maybe you've seen this before, you've heard about it. This is proto-script. It's an ancient, long lost language. That very few people know how to translate and know how to read. It was the language of a precursor civilization that existed in the high seas that have been like fragments of which have been discovered and like secreted away by the United Government. But this precursor civilization called the Ona were the ones that wrote this, and very few people know how to read it.
Captain.
What do we have here? And he will like take the rock fragment. And is it like, I'm guessing it's like hand sized?
For you, yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
hand sized. Yeah, it's about like I'd say it's maybe about like 1.5 feet wide, and then maybe like a foot long. Like it looks like it was broken off a larger tablet.
Oh, the United Government would hate to know we have this.
Aye, that they would.
What do we have?
What
A
we
rock.
have here is a piece
It's a
of
failure
ancient
to
language.
communicate.
Rightfully so, Hemlock. As we cannot read the script that is here.
Van broke
Would
himself.
Kurtz know of anyone who could potentially read this? As I mean, we searched long and hard to try and track down this piece of treasure from what was the captain's name?
Captain Brandy Shot.
Brandy
Captain
Shot.
Brandy Shot's grand treasure.
So it's not Brandy.
It's not Brandy.
She was a
but
fine girl.
But this is 1,000 times more valuable.
She'll never pull me away from the sea.
And she should not. As we entered Brandy's great age of piracy.
There
Val,
were
is
so
this what
many
you thought you were
references
gonna
there.
get?
Exactly.
There were
We're
multiple
referencing
references there.
literally anything that isn't One Piece.
Once again,
Yeah.
Val is just sitting there going, "I made this."
You made this.
And I'm delighted.
You made this.
Now, what we need to do is that in order to truly understand Captain Shot's treasure, we need to find someone who's able to read this.
Gotta find someone who can read a rock.
Not just a rock. Writing on the rock.
That's protoscript.
Aye.
What's proscript?
The
say
language of
anyone-
a precursor society.
You brought up the question, Simon, about the who would be able to read this. I'll say anyone that wants to try and like recall knowledge about it can make a culture check.
Yeah, culture. So
Skip, do you know a
I
guy?
got that.
May I roll as well?
Yes. Anyone.
yeah, you're the people person of the group.
Yeah, I am.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
Woo!
Holy shit.
Want to say the number aloud for the people at home?
Yeah, please.
27.
You know 27 people.
You know 20 guys. You know 20 guys that can.
You know an
Uh,
entire school.
No, in fact, you only know of one. That would be so. You are all currently in Nimbus, which is the first high C. I should have set that up before, but and
It wasn't
you're racking-
important until now.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
You are like everybody's kind of racking their brains. Skip, and you can decide like whether you know this person or what. You do know one person that would. A renowned scholar turned anarchist.
Fuck yeah.
That's the best ones too.
Named Dr. Paige Turner, who is like a foremost expert on protoscript.
We could always hit up Dr. Turner. They're
By the way, most of these names are either puns or food based.
Good.
And they
Yeah,
better
that's
all
how
be.
One Piece works.
Good.
Yeah.
Because when we get to the one that's not, we're all gonna be like, "What's the puzzle? What is it? What's the reference?
Who is this evil person?
Why
They're
is your
obviously a
name
bad
just
guy.
Kobe?
Why is it?"
Don't understand.
That's also a type of beef,
It's a
so that's
food.
a
Yeah,
Oh
Kobe
no,
Their
no,
name.
you're
Their
right.
name is like Eric, and we're like
And he gets better with age.
just like Kobe.
Kobe, not Eric.
Just like
No,
Kobe.
Kobe.
Fuck Eric. No. Sorry.
Unless it's
sorry.
Eric Northman, in which, yeah, he do.
Yeah, in case, yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah, wait
Southern.
till y'all meet John.
John Tucker must die.
We'll
okay,
come
yeah.
up with something. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, Dr. Turner has she's very well known, at least, especially within like, you know, seedier criminal circles like y'all would run in. And she has a lab on Thicket Island in Nimbus.
What sort of doctor is this Dr. Turner?
Archaeologist, turned anarchist. They're pretty great, actually. I have a couple of her books in my bunk if you want to take a read.
I do.
But we could go down to Thicket Island, somewhere here in Nimbus.
Sounds like we're setting sail for a new adventure. I, as the captain, believe going to Thicket Island to find Dr. Turner to be in our best interest, as that may lead us to find out what Captain Schutz's great treasure truly lies as. Do I get an eye from the crew?
Aye, Captain.
Hi, Captain.
Aye.
Then the rest of you nameless crewmen,
It's just the five. of
Captain,
us.
we still haven't hired
It,
any.
it's just us.
It's just us,
Because
Captain.
no one else is here.
then when we get extra crew, I will yell at them. But in the meantime, to Thicket Isle.
Yes, Captain.
Aye, Captain.
I do like the idea that in character, Kurtz thinks that they have a much larger crew.
His
It's
real
because
goal
there's-
is to be able to hire some more crew.
It's because they're so large, they think they missed out on the other crew members because they're their blind spot.
I used to run with a much bigger crew, but they weren't as good as you guys. They started paying their taxes.
At the mention of taxes, Hemlock just
Now they work for Captain Stern, my arch rival.
Who's very meticulous.
He's
about
very
taxes.
meticulous.
he's actually an accountant.
Yeah, they're a
turned
CPA.
captain.
They're a CPA.
He actually has unionized his crew so they actually have breaks.
Oh yes, I've heard of his ship, the HR Block.
Look, all I'm saying is Captain Stern ate the they ate the like number fruit and now
The
they're an
fucking
abacus
nerd
man.
berry.
Yeah. But they are just
Oh
like,
my
let me,
God.
they ate an abacus fruit essentially that will like turn
He's
them
like a
into abacus
calculator
powder.
person.
But
Yeah.
could you imagine, though, the coolness of an attack name called the Concept of Zero?
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah, I have. That's called
some-
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's some BBEG level stuff.
Anyway, spin the helm.
So I'm just writing all this down.
Prime number attack.
One
Number
and
man.
itself.
Oh my god.
Hi,
Okay.
to
It
the
seems you've
last
only got
decimal.
a fraction of my skill.
All your attacks are negated against me because they're all imaginary.
Are you hungry? How about some pie?
You can have all
I'm-
these for free, Val.
I'm
These are free.
gonna leave. I'm gonna leave it and just let Val continue.
Excuse me while
We
I
only have
rewrite
3
the-
of these.
the rest
lore
of,
of
my
this world.
campaign.
About this math villain.
I know.
It's
God,
just Megamind.
the HR block.
Did you like that? I thought it was
did,
pretty
I
funny.
did like
That
that.
was really good.
Okay, sails catch the wind, and the
Sails.
sour apple takes off across the seas towards
Sail.
Thicket Isle. It's smooth sailing. Remind me. So we have musician, chef, medic, shipwright, captain.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have a navigator. But who normally mans the helm for the ship?
Skip. I
yeah.
think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Skip can sing
You
and drive
grabbed
it.
the helm in the previous scene. I assumed it was you.
Skip can sing and
Does anyone
fucking
have?
turn.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You go fine.
I was gonna ask, does anyone have proficiency with water vehicles?
The captain does.
Okay.
I don't think
Instead of basically in addition to the sails and instead of like the standard like helm, like there is one, but it's like kind of free floating because instead there is just like, you know how they like on like gondolas kind of thing, they just have like the big oar in the back. I am a massive man, just literally like doing that to our ship in addition.
He
do
is
love
the
that.
rest of, like,
rudder.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
only important for me to know as far as if we happen to get into a combat situation with your ship.
Well, it's a good thing we have cannons on every side of
on
our
every
ship.
side, yeah.
We planned this out, yeah.
Because if you have to make any saving throws or anything for the ship, you can add your proficiency bonus if you're proficient with.
I am indeed
navigators.
proficient in ship.
So that is good to know for who's manning the helm. But for right now, like I said, it's clear sailing, and y'all can decide position. Like essentially, y'all have have like a reaction to decide positions at the start of ship combat. So, but for right now, you take off towards Thicket Isle, which is sort of deep in the center of the Nimbus Sea. There is, you are well provisioned, not needing to really stop off anywhere as you are heading that direction, following the navigation of your captain, as well as some of you that have sailed the sea for a long time. You head that way. We can skip through. You can take a long rest, like a few days of travel that we'll skip over as you are sailing that way.
I would like to, in that time,
Sure.
I would like to make my prototype. After
yes.
a short or long rest, I can choose to make a special device that it has the same features as one of my chosen upgrades.
Yes.
So I feel like the thing that would be most helpful for someone other than myself would be an ocular enhancer.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make just like a little set of specs that don't have eyepieces but can go on, and they just like clip on like a pince nez. And they will grant anyone dark vision up to 30 feet. If you already have dark vision, it will increase your dark vision by 30 feet.
Shit.
No dark vision on me. I do not have any. Who else has
Captain?
dark vision?
I have no dark vision.
I have dark vision.
I'm not worried about Guy not having dark vision because your sword catches fire as part of its
Yeah,
whole
pretty much,
thing.
yeah. I'm fine. I can just, yeah.
Captain.
And yeah, take it. And because his helmet has that, like, the cowl part of it, he just clips them on as intended, and like puts the lenses there. And he's, I mean, it helps sailing.
Awesome. Yeah, you make that and hand it over, so you have that bonus. You have dark vision up to 30 feet with that prototype. Awesome. I meant to ask before because I thought about like whether you had a prototype on hand or not. So I'm glad you got. To
Val,
do
how many
that.
days of travel is this?
I'm gonna say 3.
Okay, I'll make 20 bullets and then 4 bombs.
Okay.
Oh yeah, could I make some things in my workshop as well?
Yeah, you can do that.
Cat me out.
You guys do stuff with your downtime? Bunch
Yeah.
of chumps.
During the downtime, Guy is training by doing squats with Kurtz on his back.
Oh yeah. I imagine that the like relationship between Kurtz and Guy is incredible because like you can just be up here.
Oh yeah,
hanging out.
totally. Yeah.
You can hang out in my beard if you wanted to.
I like every
will
now,
not-
yeah. Like every now and
Take a
then,
nap
I'm
in
either
there.
like sitting on your shoulder or something. Like if we're just walking through a town, I'm usually just standing on your shoulder.
Oh yeah.
But the reason why is you say that because if you don't, I will walk ahead of everyone and lose track of everyone.
Yeah. No, it's a safety precaution.
Yeah.
Like, hang out with me. That and like you're my bodyguard. You deal way more damage than me. You're way stronger than me. Like I'm a giant, but like my whole shtick is bowling, not hitting people.
Every once in a while, he does get too far ahead, and there's just like an extremely long arm that just like plucks him up and sets him up somewhere
Always-
on the
yes.
captain.
I
No. Come now.
I imagine Hemlock is like Komaji from Spirited Away. The spider guy in the
Yes.
boiler room.
Yes.
Yeah, kinda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just want to get. I can probably make a new bomb for the one that I used. So I just want to make a bomb.
Okay. Yeah, you could definitely do that.
Okay.
Can you do anything with bombs as a gearhead?
Throw
I can't do
one.
anything
Throw 'em.
special with them, but I
Okay.
can craft them because they fall under explosives and fireworks.
Yeah.
So.
Because if you could do something special, I'll my you my special bombs so that we can just do combo stuff.
If y'all wanted to put any of them into my tummy palace, you're more than welcome to as well. My deep pockets.
Mine become a
I
nerd
like
after
Tummy
a day.
Palace.
I
Oh,
like
okay.
Tummy Palace. That's a fun
Well, it's
word.
because I
But you
have
could
to,
like load him, like if we know we're going onto an island where things are going to be dangerous, we could like load up the captain with like a
Yeah.
bunch of bombs.
With bombs.
Does Hemlock have a combo move with Guy where they just yeet them towards someone?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I call it
special.
Wait, not fastball special. There's a food.
Fast food.
Spicy
special.
meatball.
Spicy meatball.
Both of those are very
That's
good
a spicy
answers.
meat-
You do the spicy meatballs, you throw me, and I do my fire attack.
I'm not very strong, but
Buffalo slider.
you're little, and some thrown weapons let you use dexterity, so
We'll
very
see.
dexterously throw a little spicy meatball. Fast
Um,
food special.
So yeah, you can craft some bomb. You can replace the bombs you used, Ham, and then Skip. You do the same with your ability.
I'm sorry, I'm essentially the artificer. I just have a lot of shit and I want
Yeah.
to throw it out there. So I am also going to work on my metal giant. And I'm going to, for this particular working, I'm gonna do the defender design. So
Okay.
I gain resistance to all damage types, and I get a +2 to my AC while I occupy the suit.
Jesus.
Nice.
Nice.
But you're a tank. Essentially,
I'm a
'cause
tank.
Yeah. Ham is.
Oh, does anyone need bullets? I'm a bullet factory.
I've got 20 right now, but I'm good.
I don't use guns.
I'm down like one, so if I could have one, that'd be cool.
One singular bullet.
just
Thank
One for you.
Do you just cough it up?
Like
Like,
20 again.
No, okay, I think Skip can show that he is able to like maintain his weapons to Ham and kind of uses her workshop because he doesn't have a workshop of his own.
okay.
He will make you bombs and bullets if you need them, and that is the offer.
Give me one special bomb.
One special bomb.
Send me what it does.
Fuck. But yeah.
all right. Okay. So y'all gear up, preparing for whatever might lie ahead. You finally arrive in the vicinity where you can see Thicket Isle in the distance. It is even as you approach, you get a sense of it. Those of you that have not been here before, it's an island densely packed with thick brambles, that kind of spiral upwards, like a vortex almost. And you just see like the entire island is just crammed with this dense bramble. But there is one town on this island that is occupied, that has been cleared away as your ship comes around the coast. You can see Shrub Town, which is sort of the brambles have been hacked and chopped away in one area. You can see like this quaint little village that essentially has just planted itself right here in the one occupiable area of the island. You see coastal homes scattered up rolling hills to a town center, interspersed with magnolia trees in full bloom as petals scatter across the wind. However, as you're making your way and probably spotting from a distance, and you guys can prepare for how you might want to deal with this, you do see moored off the coast near Shrub Town is a naval carrack. There is a naval ship that is currently moored there.
Captain!
Aye.
Looks like we've got some baddies, and not the nice kind, like, you know, the kind you look at when you're... Never mind, we've got baddies.
Navy looks like.
You avoid them.
Take us around the island. Shrubtown might have. Well, like, do we know if Dr. Turner is in Shrub Island, or are they like in the middle of this? fucking
No,
island?
Dr. Turner lives in Shrubtown. Her lab is in Shrubtown.
Do we know if there's like an alcove or something that we could take?
There
'Cause
might be.
Might as well survey the island.
Yeah.
Take a lap around, see what we can find.
Why don't we have one of you make a survival check?
I'll do it.
Whose survival is good?
I'll do it. My survival's good. That's 20.
Damn. All right. Yeah, with the 20, like you take the ship around, like trying to stay approaching the island from the side away from Shrubtown, where this naval carrack is currently moored, and you, I think, Guy, you're able to pick out a small beach that is about maybe a mile or so away from town, that is around this kind of bend where you could anchor the sour apple so that it can't would be out of sight of the navy, and you feel confident that you can probably navigate through the brambles to Shrubtown from here. You gather there's probably some passageways that the locals have carved out to navigate around the island.
Captain, if I may, perhaps it would be wise to send one or two of us ahead just to scout these paths.
Aye. See if you can bring Dr. Turner back here.
I'll go with.
We have a bright green ship, and we are attempting to be stealthy.
I am particularly persuasive, the numbers would say.
Should Skip go? He knows her.
Yes.
Each of you, I will come with, obviously. Maybe not if we want.
So we'll just all go then.
I can't really go into town. I'm a very noticeable man.
I can become very easily unnoticeable.
Skip will climb the side of Kurtz and pull his cape across the face.
A perfect disguise.
Perhaps we all take the more hidden paths together, and then once we reach town, I will take the small ones.
I will stay in the edge of the woods. Should anything happens, you know what to yell.
Am I not taking the giant then? Points to the gigantic suit.
Bring the giant just in case.
Sweet.
What is the call word today, Captain?
The call word today is that you need to yell out 5-7 split.
5-7 split.
5-7 split. Got it.
75 split.
Close enough.
Close. If you yell that, I will not come. Just kidding.
He's very particular. All right.
There's no 75. So yeah, I think we are doing our best to sort of just like hide our ship, and then we're gonna go through the brush.
I
to
mean,
get to Shrubtown.
in our defense, in an island called Thistle and a town called Shrub, having a green ship is probably pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, even if it is bright green, I mean,
Like, from through the forest, you're not really gonna see that right away.
yeah.
No, maybe our sail that has like the giant like 10
Maybe
pin
we'll pull that
across
down.
it.
Yeah.
Well,
Pull a
we're
sail
parking
in.
anyway.
We're parking,
so,
yeah. So we
you
pull
gotta
the
do
sails
that.
in.
Yeah.
You anchor the ship off of this small patch of beach and furl the sails to hide, maybe like bring in your flag, so just you're not immediately identifiable as a pirate ship. And yeah, you all disembark onto Thicket Island. And the 5 of you follow Guy's directions through this patch of thicket that has been cleared away. You can see maybe like you get some signs that maybe some of the locals come here to like to use this beach, maybe for some fishing or just.
I'm making this path much wider, like.
Well, yeah, you and then the captain following behind you because
Yeah,
both of you are
it's
essentially.
the spearhead approach. Like we
Yeah.
are making, like we
Guy
are,
can
we
walk
are
through
a
it,
driving
no
wedge.
problem. Ham comes behind in the mech suit to clear it out because you're about the same size as the captain at this point in your suit.
But does the mech
and-
suit have a name?
I haven't named it yet. I've just been calling it the Metal Giant.
Be good.
No.
That's the Iron Giant.
Superman.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah,
I'll
name
think
it
of a name.
Vin Diesel. Just name it Diesel. I do like that.
I'll name it Diesel.
That's good.
Wonderful.
I
Okay.
have robot Vin Diesel.
You follow about like a little bit less than a mile, heading straight through the thicket to Shrub Town, and yeah, you arrive on the outskirts of the town. A few small homes nestled across these rolling hills, with the town center kind of at the peak of these hillsides. It's pretty lively for a small little community. You can see children running across the hills, people. Some of the citizens making their way to and from town for some shopping, and yeah, it's very very peaceful here. I mean, there's a lot of population. Like there's a fair number of buildings, so you're not like immediately out in the open. It's not just like complete exposure here from the edge of the thicket. But are some of you staying behind, or are you all just gonna try to head into town?
No, I am.
Maybe
far
the
too
people
large.
over 8 feet tall should probably stay in the woods. I feel
Yeah.
like
Ham, if you wanted to go into town, I'll watch over the suit.
I'm not great with talking to people. They kind of hate me on sight.
Well, we don't hate you here. You're one of the full strike pirates, through and through.
Yeah, that just means I'm a bastard.
No, that means you don't pay your taxes. There's a big difference.
Fair.
Fuck the man.
Fuck the man.
I fuck the man.
Fuck the man.
I'm rather persuasive. And Skip, you know our good doctor.
In passing, but I attended a couple of her lectures.
That's as good a touch point as
So you
any.
actually paid attention?
Turns to face Guy, looks down. I am a polymath.
Does that mean
Some
you
of
can-
us liked school.
So that means what? You can add more than one number?
All right.
I can add more than you.
I pick up Guy by the scruff of his little shirt and I just put him on the other side of me, away from Skip. Now be polite. You're outnumbered by nerds here.
Heh.
So for because Hemlock is going to be the persuasive one.
I was just
Captain-
assuming I'm proficient in persuasion for some fucking reason.
So is the captain, and charisma's my dump stat, and I'm the one not going.
I do have positive charisma.
Oh, good. That's
I don't.
reassuring.
For some
I
reason,
sure
people
as heck
like
don't.
this.
My charisma's -1.
My
Uh,
charisma
mine.
as well.
I'm the only one with good charisma.
me?
I'm not
No, the
proficient.
captain
No,
has an
Ro-
18.
Oh no, okay, no, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
But
I
it's not
thought you said
proficient.
I heard you wrong. I thought you said it was your dump stat. I'm stupid.
Sorry, no. Whenever, for me, whenever I mean dump stat, I mean the one I put all
You're
the
putting
points
all
into.
your points.
Oh,
Yeah,
I understand.
dumped my points
Oh,
into.
okay.
I understand.
So
Okay.
I have an
yes,
18
good.
in charisma as my base
Good,
score,
yes.
and I'm proficient in persuasion. Like I have a +8.
You should. I mean, mine's a +5.
Yeah, that's fine.
You should be doing this.
I know, but I am too big to deal with the Navy.
I will make you. I will make you proud, guy.
That just means that you're my first mate.
Yes.
I can give
Yes.
you a D6 for an ability check.
I'm
so-
just imagining that Hemlock is probably one of the first people who joined the crew
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and has had some like captain coaching of like no, like if you're gonna talk to people, here you go. And so I imagine they like mimic some stuff that the captain would say.
Oh yeah. So the captain also is going to give you, because we have our protoscript stone. Lay some paper over it, get an etching of it, so that way we're not like
Ooh,
carrying
yeah.
in
Yes,
this
very
like
smart.
priceless stone into town. Like I will roll up the etching, hand that to you, and say that, like, tell the good doctor that if she wishes to see the genuine article, bring her back to the ship.
Yes,
We can
Captain.
investigate from there.
Guy will hop up onto Hemlock's shoulder.
All right.
I've
So,
only got one on each side, but I'm working on it.
You're a rowdy bunch.
so Guy, Hemlock, and Skip head into
Come, Skip.
town. And Hamm and Kurtz stay behind. So the three of you head into this this town, heading up the hills and following along the paths to sort of the town square, which is bustling. It's like around midday. There's plenty of people here. Maybe get a couple looks from locals who don't recognize you, but overall, there's a very diverse group of people currently residing here, and so there isn't you aren't immediately sort of accosted. You do, as you are heading into town, though, you do make out that there are a couple of Navy patrols moving through here. A few duos of naval officers wearing their royal blue uniforms with these silver accents and these like caps that say that have Navy printed across the front of them.
Just
there
as the
like-
word Navy.
Yeah.
That's
Is
incredible.
it like an outdoor vendor that Skip can just like quietly head over to, pick out something, pay like a couple of monies, and go? So, what's up with the Navy presence?
One of these vendors, like a fruit stall or something. You go over and start like
Cabbages. It's cabbages.
I
Cabbages.
said fruit.
I wanted to
Cabbage
just
smell.
eat while I was talking, so it's just a whole head
It's
of
apples.
Yeah.
Our ship is literally apple. Why?
I went Avatar.
Everything
don't worry
can't be
about it.
cabbages all
Everything
the time.
They've outlawed cabbage sale in most
Good.
towns just because it leads to so much chaos.
Most
That's
people-
why the Cabbage Patch Pirates are some of the most feared upon the sea.
I want to clarify why I said good. I said good not because cabbage is bad, because 90% of people don't fucking know what to do with cabbage.
Yeah.
And the people out there that do, you're fucking angels. Because it can be delicious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
But hey,
Yeah.
white people, leave the cabbage at the store, please.
You see, there's this this woman is running the shop here. She's got like very short, kind of bright red hair, or she's running this little stall, and she looks down. And she says, "Oh, hi. Oh, are you visiting?"
Yeah, not my first time on the island, so I just kind of noticed the increased presence.
Oh, yeah. Kind of like looks around, leans and says, "Yeah, Navy got here a couple days ago. They arrested someone."
Do you know who?
Yeah. So there's this lady who runs a bookshop up the road. Really nice. What's her name? Paige, I think. She has a shop, Turnstile Bookshop. It's just like down across the way, a few blocks over, and Navy came in. There was actually a commander here, and yeah, they arrested her and took her away.
Right. Well, that's quite the shame. I used to frequent that bookstore. Anyway, thank you for your time. Actually, I'll take a couple more of these, and pays her.
Okay, I was like, there's 3 strands. Thank you.
He'll walk back to Hemlock and Guy. Well, it looks like our dear doctor is being held prisoner by the Navy.
Oh no.
I think we should loop in the captain and Hamm before we do a full-scale assault.
Guy, can you run back and tell them and then make your way back here? I'm sorry, you're so far away from me and you're speaking so quietly.
Right, can do. And he'll hop off Hemlock's shoulder.
Just know he runs so fast.
Skip will look up to Hemlock and go,
Well,
I'd offer you an apple, but I want you around.
Oh, that's very funny.
He'll offer them an apple.
Thank you. Should we perhaps check out the bookshop? See if maybe the good doctor left anything behind?
If I know the Navy, they probably have it staked out, so we might want to go through the back way.
All right. Let's creep around.
Skip finds a wall and starts monkey climbing along it.
So,
I am ready to provide a distraction if needed.
so Skip and Hemlock, you two head up to the Turnstile Bookshop while Guy heads back. We'll go and cut back to Guy informing the others. See what y'all want to do with this information.
Go fish.
First.
Just this very tiny cards, or are you playing in the giant robot? And we're playing.
I'm
with,
playing
like,
in the giant
appropriate
robot.
size?
We
Oh,
haven't-
thank God.
There's no way we haven't made giant playing cards
Mhm.
for you
Like,
guys, so
look,
we
if
can have our
we-
normal decks and you can have the big ones.
Look, if we already have accessibility options for every other member of the crew, why not giant playing cards for the captain?
Yep.
He deserves at
looks-
least that.
And
Yeah.
he looks at his hand and after you've been oh, go fish, just and draws another large card.
At that point,
Like little pitter patter of feet come running up.
I was winning.
so we got a bit of an emergency.
Aye.
Paige Turner, they've been arrested by the Marines, by the Navy.
So you're telling me we have a reason to go up against the Navy?
Pretty much. I mean, I'm all for it. Honestly, though, I would kind of like to try to avoid a fight. Because if we do,
Avoid
also, because a commander might still be stationed here.
Commander, you say? Do you know which one, boy?
No.
One question y'all didn't ask.
Well, we can find out. I was just assuming that Guy was so fast that we could find out some other information, and Guy would come back and
Just
we'd be
keep
like,
running it
"Here's
back and
the,
forth.
listen.
Oh, quick,
Here's the
hold on.
thing."
Yeah, Guy, you go. running
Yeah, I
back.
do that. I go, hold on one second. And I just run off. back
I
to
don't
the
know how
others.
fast he actually is. I'm just under the impression that he's
My
extremely
speed is
fast.
70.
Got any fives?
Oh my god!
Because my
That's
base speed is
insane.
because my base speed is 35. I have the ability, like the Tabaxi speed ability, that I can move my dash speed as an action.
So I was
and I
right.
have dashing, yeah. So I
It's-
just run right back.
So
And
we
I'm like,
know it's comically fast.
Yes.
Comically fast. is what I
Asterisk,
wanted.
but it says the speed, but it's in Comic Sans and
Yeah.
slightly So I think with that, Kurtz will look towards Hamm and just says, "I think we need to ready the ship. We're either going to be making a quick getaway, or we're going to be blasting some holes."
I know which one I like more. Aye, Captain.
I bet you do.
Thump, 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 thump.
Oh,
And
now
just
Ham
two
is super
giants
horny.
then going back to the ship.
So as the two of you have gotten 5 steps away from the vendor, suddenly super Guy comes zipping back up.
I know. Well, first you see Guy run past all of you, and then a couple seconds later he is yoinked back by Hemlock.
I think we
Oh.
do that a lot.
Yeah.
He overshoots, and Hemlock's like, "Oh no!"
He does that little confused face cats make when you just pick him up randomly. Oh, right.
Did you find the captain?
Yeah, I found the captain. I told him that there's the Navy has pretty much arrested Paige, but do we know who the commander is that is stationed here?
An interesting question. That shouldn't be too difficult to find out. I find the more badges men wear, the more likely they are to spout their name where anyone can hear it.
Also, the captain probably has either, the two options that is in his head. Either sail away or fight. I kind of want to avoid a fight.
Well, I think we should, rescue Dr. Turner. If she's done something to gather the ire of the Navy, I imagine she's exactly the kind of person we want on board.
Let's go find her.
I give a thumbs up to Skip, like we're good, keep going. We're going to try to poke around the bookshop.
Sits on Hemlock's shoulder.
Were y'all gonna ask the name of the
Yeah.
commander?
Yeah.
Okay.
Different stall.
Yeah, you go down 2 stalls. This one sells some freshly baked bread
Oh.
and some muffins. And
Hemlock
so
puts on their most like genial smile.
sort of a portly gentleman who's like,
Little guy sitting up here.
it's like freshly baked. Oh, hey,
Hello.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
some
I have some,
sourdough? Is that some sourdough right
I
there?
do. So I have nice rye.
Can I get
Some
a
flatbread.
Can I get 2 loaves of flatbread and 1 of sourdough?
Okay.
Get
Like
2
packages up
sourdough.
and like wraps
2
in
sourdoughs.
paper and starts packing it up for you.
There's a monkey's paw that's reaching from above like the awning and grabs a blueberry muffin and leaves some money there.
Yeah, you leave a couple strands. Yeah.
Excuse me, kind sir.
Yes.
Might I ask you a question?
Well, of course.
Well, we've seen such a heavy naval presence around. And, well, we heard through the grapevine that one of their distinguished commanders was in port. Do you know which one? I hate to be a gossip, but do you know which one?
Dreadful business. I had no idea that Page was a criminal. I visited her shop many times.
I
but
imagine it's just horrible to find out.
Commander, I saw big gentleman. I heard named Commander Mace, and had Lieutenant Commander Coco with him. I heard some people talking. I'm not familiar with him exactly. It seemed some people around town were.
Well, perhaps it's all a misunderstanding.
Skip, would you like to make a culture check?
I would.
Please do.
20.
Yeah.
I'm in
you
the know.
You definitely know. This is not a difficult check for you. I'll give you both. Lieutenant Commander Coco was a bit higher, but with the 20, you get it. Commander Mace is a war hero. He was commissioned as a commander, formerly a lower-ranking officer, until he almost single-handedly, along with his crew, is sort of accredited with defeating the Grinning Pirates and Captain Joe King during their raid on the area.
Motherfucker.
You're a friggin' genius, dude.
You're a
So
bad
good.
person.
This is great. I am loving every single
You're doing
bit of
crimes.
this.
This is honeyed words. This is my ambrosia. Like, keep going. I want more.
I
With
love
every
every
name
little
you
bit
give
of
out,
this.
indoor grows in power.
It's
but-
like it's the Grinch heart scenario. It's grown 3 sizes this day.
The Grinning Pirates were a very powerful crew that tried to raid the area because the area is the naval headquarters that essentially guards the streams that lead to the higher sea, the 7th, 8th, and 9th seas. The Captain King was a very powerful pirate who was defeated by Commander Mace.
I think Skip is upside down, hanging by their tail on the awning. If Guy looks up, there is a look of fear.
Like, Guy clocks that bad.
Very bad.
I'll give you one other thing too. Lieutenant Commander Coco is a very young naval prodigy who has climbed the ranks pretty quickly. And is very well accomplished as well, though she has only been an officer for a very short period of time.
So remember the Smiling Pirates?
Yeah.
Grinning Pirates.
The Grinning Pirates. Yeah, that naval officer was the one who took them down.
Damn it.
Just their crew.
Imagine they're like up here, like whispering with.
Damn it. That means they're the real deal.
Yeah, if the captain wants to blast board their ship, I think you should go warn them.
All right. Don't try to cause any big distractions, because we're in the middle of a beehive right now.
Small ones only. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
The smaller distractions are usually the ones that disrupt the government the most.
Right, but if we want to get out of here alive.
True. Tail unfurls, flips in the air, and lands on feet.
Hops off.
Actually, could I get another 2 of those muffins?
Oh yes, of course. As many as you want. Packs those up.
Thank you so
in the
much,
bag.
darling.
And yeah, so Guy, are you gonna stick with them for a bit while they're
I'm
checking
gonna
out the
I'm gonna
shop?
stick with him for a bit. Yeah.
Okay, let's do this, and this might finish this out. But the three of you head up to Turnstile Bookshop while Captain Kurtz and Hamm head to the ship. You find the bookshop is dark along the outside. Definitely seems closed. You guys are gonna try like sneak in through the back or something.
Are there people like, are there any Navy like posted at the shop?
Not that you see.
Okay, great.
Make a perception check.
Okay. I should be good at those, right?
You're a doctor.
Wisdom base, that's a 19 plus 4. 23.
Yeah, you before you approach, you're gonna stop for a second. There's no Navy, no sailors that are, or I should say skymen,
Skymen.
that are posted outside of the shop. However, as you are kind of wait for a second, you look kind of scanning this street, like the buildings come right up against the walkway that goes between them, the road that cuts through, and you glance over and you can see some rustling to like the curtains of a storefront, a darkened storefront across. There's a closed sign at that store, but you see a little bit of movement in the upper windows.
I'm just very casually up to a guy who's, I imagine, still on my shoulder. They're staking out the building from across the street.
I could sneak in.
Is there an alley or anything?
There are alleys behind the buildings that go.
Okay. I will say this loud enough because I know that Skip was like crawling around and was gonna like climb up the windows and stuff. After I say that,
I can cause a small distraction.
if you like, unless, well, I mean, you're going to be better at sneaking in than I am.
I am not.
I actually have
Okay, then.
proficiency in stealth, so yeah.
Your distraction then. I'll sort of relay that up to Skip, like, oh, they're staking us out from the building across the street, and then just sort of I do a little like stop, just in the middle of the street where they can clearly see me from the window. Oh no! Oh, I seem to have dropped my key. Goodness, not again! And I sort of like wander off into the alley, like I'm looking for a dropped key.
Okay. Yeah, you wander in the alley, and you all can see in the alleyway here. There is a back entrance to the shop. Door's closed. There are a couple of windows on the second floor, or on the upper story, but there are you have a locked
Are
door back here.
the windows closed?
They do appear to be closed. Yeah.
Do you think you could give me a boost to a window and I could try to open it from the outside?
Oh yes, definitely.
Right, yeah.
And Skip, are you still climbing on the walls?
No, he's gotten down to the ground level, moved to the front of the building, and knocked on the door several times, kind of like giving like that quizzical look
Okay.
before shrugging, turning, walking down, and then like off to the side, puts his guitar case down and rummages around it, pulls out the ukulele and starts playing like he's busking.
Like you're busking on the
Yes.
street.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you start busking on the street, like across from the bookstore, kind of, or like a few shop fronts down.
Yeah.
Okay. Easy enough. Emily, you have like a 10-foot reach. You
I
can,
do have a 10-foot reach.
yeah,
my
you-
arms are 10 feet long.
You
In case
boost-
anyone was wondering.
you
Tell
boost
me
Gaia
more.
to the second floor, and Guy, you're able to kind of leverage the window, and it is unlocked with lock, a second-story window, and you're able to slide it open.
Shimmy in.
Basketball shot.
And yeah, you reach this upper floor.
And,
This
ooh.
actually looks like maybe the residence for the shop owner, and it is like turned over. Everything in here, like the mattress is flipped. There's papers all over the place. You kind of skirt through his little kitchenette. Everything is kind of like tossed into like this whole place has been ransacked. Heading down to the first floor so you can let Hemlock in through the back. Same thing in the store. It is entirely ransacked, books thrown all over the place. You can definitely see the space
I'm
turned
being
over.
like stealthy the entire time as I'm going through the entire facility.
Okay.
to log in.
I'll have you both make stealth checks because Hemlock. I assume you're going to unlock the door for Hemlock, and Hemlock's going to go in too.
Yes.
I'll have you both make stealth checks, and I want you to both make perception checks too.
Okay. I got a 23 for stealth.
I
Okay.
got a 19 for stealth.
And
Okay.
I critted for my perception.
Nice.
That is a 24.
I got a 17.
Okay. Both of you here as you're walking through. Again, the whole place is ransacked, and as you're starting to gather like what to look around, what to find, you begin to hear a noise, very muffled, coming from kind of the side of the shop near one of like the connecting walls. You begin to hear a noise, and you start heading that way. It's just like this slow, like very muffled, like.
Animal Crossing?
Tom Nook is in here somewhere.
And you get over, and then you reach a point where the noise seems to be coming from beneath you.
I look down. Is it like in the floorboards kind of thing?
Yeah, like there's a wooden floor underneath you, and it seems
I-
like
Pull out a tiny little little kitchen knife, and I jam it in the floorboard, try to pry it up.
okay. Make a strength check.
I critted, so that is a 28.
Oh my god, you boosh, just like
I
pull up
forgot that guy was super strong.
the floor. just
I was like, should I help? Looking at my strength, -1. No, you've got this.
you crack a section of the floor. This floorboard just pops up, like splintering, and you can see you have broken it up enough to see there's clearly some sort of hatch here that you've bypassed at this point, and you can see a little like ladder leading down. And
That's
you
how
can,
a guy finds secret doors. He just hits things hard enough, he'll find it.
you can actually make out where the lever and actually like reach over. You can see where the mechanism is to open the door because you have broken through it. You're able to open this hatch, so you
That's
can,
all right. I'm sure she won't mind.
Oh, there was a switch, which we found that earlier.
Well, we could have, but you know what? We got the same answer either way.
All right, let's see what's inside here.
yeah, you climb down, and again you hear this like this noise, this beta 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 beta, and you see in the corner of the room there's a little cage, and inside of it is a pelican, small little bird that is used for remote correspondence. It's a bird phone.
Oh, the
What's
phone
up?
is ringing.
What's a pelican doing here?
I will. Hello.
You like walk over and you just like tap on its head, and it kind of makes that click, and it begins to speak in a voice. And
It's a living.
you hear a voice projected through it as the bird speaks, and it says, "Paige, Paige, are you there?
Paige is out. May I help you?
Who is this?
A friend of hers.
Why do you have access to this line?
Because we're friends.
What is your name?"
Hemlock.
The eagle flies quietly at night.
Well, unfortunately, she didn't tell me the rest of the password, so I imagine you're going to hang up now. Though I would encourage you not. Your friend Paige is in quite the pickle, and while that is unfortunate, we do also want to help her.
Make a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage on this.
Okay. First one, pretty good. 19. 24.
Hemlock just has a very soothing voice, you know? It's
Hemlock
like an
has the
ASMR
Maggie
thing
Smith
almost.
voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe what you are all looking for, as phrasing goes, is bedside manner.
There it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you
Thank you.
Yes.
Bedside Maggie Smith.
Someone
There's
on this
a-
godforsaken ship understands me.
Yeah, and it's
There's
the
a,
captain who you have to heal all the fucking time.
He would know.
There's a moment of pause in your word for a second. You're waiting for the click for them to hang up. But instead,
I don't think Hemlock is that worried.
fair.
I don't think Hemlock ever worries.
I don't think
Fair.
Hemlock is worried.
Fair enough. I won't make that choice for you. You instead hear the voice say, "All right, Hemlock. Where is Dr. Turner?"
Well, mysterious voice. That is what we're trying to figure out. Do you have a name? Something I can call you? A call sign, perhaps?
I am Dijon.
Dijon. A pleasure. Well, unfortunately, your, friend, Dr. Turner, has been arrested by the Skyman. Is that the right word? Did I say the right word?
Yeah, you did.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, yes.
That is very unfortunate. We've been working with her for some time.
Well, lucky for you. We are also hoping to be colleagues of hers and are well positioned to be able to help her out of this unfortunate situation.
All right. I was calling Dr. Turner to advise her that the Navy was onto her and had learned her location. I'm assuming I'm too late.
You are
If you can-
extremely late.
If you can find Dr. Turner, rescue her, and bring her to refuge, to the refuge, we'll pay you a sum of 100,000 strands.
Alive, I'm assuming.
Alive.
We will do our very best. If, Dijon, you have any insight into why the Navy would be after her, anything we could use to our advantage to make sure she makes it out of this in one piece would be greatly appreciated.
He said
the name.
Same thing,
Drink!
same thing. Everyone take a drink.
Dr. Turner is in possession of a great deal of knowledge regarding historical significance that the government wishes to keep hidden. I do not know exactly what she figured out, other than that this knowledge, she wished to pass it on to us at her earliest convenience.
The protoscript.
How do you know that? Is there anything that she has on hand, anything she left behind?
No. Like I said, we are colleagues and equals.
Alright. I do not know if this line is secure, so I'll end it with this. Return her quickly, and we'll be in your debt.
I will ask for Dijon at the refuge.
The Alliance thanks you. And there's a click.
So what? We're revolutionaries now?
Apparently. Well, I suppose we ought to move quickly and get her off that godforsaken ship. I bet the captain would have some good ideas.
Yeah, we should make our way back before the...
Do you think she'd mind if I took a few of these books?
Probably not.
As you are looking around, you see a lot of the information here has been shredded. There's a much like research material. Looks like somebody left in a hurry or destroyed a lot of this in a hurry.
Good for her.
This place might have been found. As we pan away from the two of you scouting through here, Kurtz and Hamm back on the ship, getting things prepared there. Skip sitting, busking on the street. There is.
We walk by him on the street as we come out the other alley, and I drop like a few strands. I don't know if they're coins or like whatever, but they drop a few. Like that's the signal.
You begin to pack your things and head back into town, heading down through the city streets. And you see in the distance the naval ship bobbing in the water. And you also see a small contingent of naval soldiers moving off of the ship, being led by a woman in wearing a cloak pinned with silver, very quickly or briskly making her way east down the beach and in the direction of your ship.
And you're gonna get this VOD muted.
And that is where we're going to end our session for tonight. I just had to play the music.
I will remind you that it doesn't just mute the music, it mutes the whole thing.
Toy's gonna come after
Turn
us.
it off.
It's like Goku
Okay,
after
fine.
us.
Because if it's
I'll turn
muted on here, it's fucking muted forever.
Listen, but we did it for us. I
Yeah.
had to
Yeah,
do
but
it.
it's still playing, and nobody's gonna be able to hear that we did it for us.
That is where we're going to end our session for tonight.
No one's gonna be able to hear that. That piece of the session is dead now.
Session.
You don't know that.
No, I
That
do
just
know
means-
that actually.
No.
Session's
Look,
over.
that just means that there's a little tasty treat for the people who watched us live.
Yeah.
Hey, all you people on the VOD, learn better.
You don't get to know what the cliffhanger is, I guess.
Join us live if you want to know what the cliffhangers are.
And join us next
Because
time. So
all
you'll
the
see a
cliffhangers for
recap.
this mini-series are going to be muted because I'm playing that music.
I will stop it next time. If you do it again, I'm going to pause Spotify.
Rush into the other room. Slap that shit.
I will
can't-
just play it for
You
us after
cannot
the
say
stream. How about that?
plot-specific stuff over music that you know is gonna get muted.
How about from now on, I will just play it after the stream.
That's fine. You cannot say plot.
Plot Pacific.
You
My
can't
Valentino bag.
say plot-specific stuff over music that you know is gonna get muted.
I will say it is the most One Piece thing in the world that the crew separates at the
It
first
is.
opportunity to get into scuffles together.
Adventure.
It's delicious. All right, good game, everyone. Let's go into our end of session questions.
Oh.
Because we have those.
Have those.
Yay! I love those.
We have them.
What?
I
Where?
love
Hey.
end of session questions so much that I just
Yeah.
have to.
Hey, game devs. End of session questions are the literal perfect way to let your folks put a button on a session.
Yeah.
They're so
It's
satisfying.
the aftercare of
They're
of
so satisfying.
TTRPGs. Okay.
Put those in your
so,
game.
Do it, you
Did
cowards.
you attend this session?
No, that's
Did we conclude the current mystery?
Nope, that's not one of these.
Did we
Did
save
the
someone
crew-
from certain death or worse?
Stop.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Actually, though, we did.
Did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
All right. Did the crew work together
I
to
told
defeat
you
a
this.
challenging adversary?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Did the crew steal or earn a big score?
I would say
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
We got the
Yeah,
big
definitely.
rock.
We got the
Yeah.
rock.
Did the crew take steps to help one of its members achieve their personal goal?
We have not discussed personal goals. yet.
Yeah.
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 Did the crew actively pursue its goal?
Yes.
Yeah, fuck
Yes.
the...
I'm fine with saying that
fuck
because
the
y'all
Navy.
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, y'all specifically are seeking hidden knowledge and potentially and this treasure for brandy shot, yeah, I'd say
That's three,
so. That's
baby.
three. So if you answer yes to 3 or more questions, your morale improves by 1 step. So your morale goes up
Hey.
to positive, which means you gain advantage on death saving throws if another crew member is within 10 feet of you.
Hey.
So there you go. Y'all are now have a positive morale, which probably better reflects kind of how things were. But
Yeah.
we hadn't been playing together, so good. I'm glad. That is, and then your bounty doesn't change because y'all didn't fight. Y'all have not picked a fight with.
What
the
is our
government.
bounty?
Yet.
I was having y'all at 30,000.
30.
For this, just the base
The
level
one
2.
I didn't.
So.
We're baby pirates.
It goes up by twice if you take down a crew that's a higher bounty. It goes up 3 times if you go up against the government. So
Cool.
yeah, awesome, good stuff, everyone. I guess that's it. Do you want to do stars and wishes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that. We'll just go in the same order that we started off with. So I believe Sid, you're gonna go first. Give us a star and a
It's
wish.
literally the first time I haven't had to go first.
Right?
I know.
I'll do it. Yeah, I think my star has to go to Hemlock for, I think, just being Hemlock, just unfurling their arms and smacking their comrades on the back to heal them, but still causing them significant pain in the process. Also somehow being extremely soothing and calming at the same time. I'm enjoying all the little juxtapositions. It makes me happy.
Listen, half of Plague Doctor is Doctor.
True, but the other half is plague.
Well, we'll see.
My wish. I just want to get into some good old lore, all this fun lore shit, because I will not in any way know whether it is One Piece related or if Al made some shit up. So I'm here for it regardless. So yeah, that's me.
You said. I'll say for the purposes of lore stuff, because I think the one thing you didn't ask about the hieroglyphics kind of thing, I've roughly based on the poneglyphs and the script that in One Piece. What's the writing called?
Poneglyphs.
Is it just? But the
Yeah,
script. is not different.
There's no.
It's
there's
just
no
poneglyphs.
It's just
poneglyphs.
the writing on the poneglyphs.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
it's referred to.
Or
by.
poneglyphs, yeah. It's just
I
Because
don't
it's-
know what that is.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It comes up later in the series. We haven't
The
gotten
writing
there.
on the pangolins.
I'm having
yeah.
a really good time watching Captioner try to figure out what word you guys are saying, because at one point it just thought Indoor said the writing on the podcast.
on the podcast. But yeah, so
We should make a
decided-
podcast called The Writing on the Podcast.
I had to do some like ancient knowledge that is hidden by the government and all that kind of stuff in here, so I thought that'd be fun.
Got
But yeah, that is. Thank you, Sid. RJ.
Hey, yeah, it's me, Stars and Wishes. God, there was a lot to star this session. I'm gonna give it to Guy for one, immediately picking a fight with me and establishing the Zoro Sanji dynamic, because there has to be in every single
has
crew. And also having the spirit of Guy Fieri as like your stand is hilarious as fuck.
Oh, it's awesome.
My wish.
My wish.
My wish. I want to fight the Navy. I want to see how well that turns out. I want to swim in the water real quick and establish a couple of bombs on the hull and sink that ship while we sail away.
I'm very excited. I can promise your wish will be granted.
Yes.
The monkey's paw closes.
It's
Thank
fine.
you.
Yeah, it
Thank you.
skips.
Thank you, RJ. Wally.
Oh boy, my star. I'm giving 2 stars. It's going to both Kurtz and Hamm because I just love the idea of them playing cards with these gigantic deck of cards while Kurtz is using it normally, but you see Hamm sitting inside of the robot and the robot is holding the cards. So Hamm is just sitting there like, It's just such a fun image, and I just love the idea that Hamm has a giant robot that they live inside of, like,
5'2",
yeah.
9 feet tall.
I had this image of like the General Frankie and like Whitebeard
Yeah.
sitting together and like
Yeah.
playing cards
Yeah.
together.
Wally.
that's-
But it's also this image of like the robot is Hamm's like therapy dog. You know, it's like a therapy dog situation that they feel more confident sitting inside of the robot kind of thing. And that's where I don't know if that's where you're taking, but that's where my mind is going. Like they feel more confident inside of it kind of situation. I really want to see more of like the relationship of Hamm and the robot and why she uses it like this.
Because it's 9 feet tall and it's a tank.
Yeah, exactly.
Wally.
And she made it with these 2 hands.
Ham
Sometimes
is a
it's
Guilty Gear
simple.
character.
Yes, oh my god, Cam is a Guilty Gear character. I love it. Like, Hamm is the most anime character I've ever seen you play, Sid, and I love it so much.
I don't know if Sid can feel it, but I'm looking directly at her right now. One day they'll reference something we know.
Yep,
One day they'll make a reference we know.
One day.
One day. My wish, because everyone already said the wish is like, of course I want to fight the government, but for me personally, I just want to slice a cannonball out of the air. Like just straight up, like if a cannonball's flying at a sky, just slices it apart in midair or something.
Sure, we can figure that out. I love it. Thank you so much, Wally. Simon.
So my star is going to go to Sid, specifically because of your lack of One Piece knowledge. So like for like myself, Wally, RJ, Val, like all of us like being very like big One Piece people, like watching somebody get to experience the joy of the great age of piracy for the first time while sharing a table is such a delight. It's such a good time because it is just like, you want to be a bird person in a big ass robot? You can. You want to do this? Sure. Your captain has bowling powers. Like that kind of like it's all just ridiculous. So I'm really like, my star is just whenever this weird bullshit happens that you're just like, aha. Okay. And like just like watching you roll with it has been such a delight. My wish.
I'm right behind you, dude.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's so great.
My wish, God, just more of this. I want to see more of the crew dynamic because like we got a little bit into it, like we're establishing that like Guy and Skip are Zoro and Sanji, but like I want to know like what the rest of the dynamic is other than when the robot came out and a good half of the table all just went, oh, yeah!
Cool.
Big robot, yay! 'Cause
Which
that's
is exactly
another,
the reaction most of the crew has in One Piece when the big robots.
it's not
Yeah.
even
There's
the
a big robot in
crew.
One Piece.
Yeah, there's a big robot. No, okay. There's not just a big robot. There's a big robot piloted by a man who is basically an epoxy of Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh.
It's great. It's
And
a
he wears a
fantastic time.
Speedo and a Hawaiian shirt.
He refuses to put on pants.
Because real
Sid,
cool
you
people
gotta
don't
start
wear
watching
pants.
One Piece.
I guess. Nah, not until this is over. I don't want to be spoiled.
When this is over, though, you
Yeah.
can start, and then you'll catch up with where we are, and then we can just experience it together.
And that way, by the
Fantastic.
time Red Jenny finishes, we can be ready for.
Yes.
But yeah, so that is my star and my wish is getting to watch somebody experience One Piece for the first time, and then just wanting more of our friends to friend together.
I love it. Thank you. Van, can you finish us off?
Yeah, my star is gonna go to Skip/RJ, because I think Skip felt to me like just a very strong character concept coming in, and then we got about 2/3 of the way through combat, and there was that wonderful like just Skip coming out like flipping ass over tea kettle, and then just like the guitar case was doing magic, and there were 2 guns, and it was so like absurd and wonderful that I was like, oh, I know who this guy is. And it was just so strong, and it was such a fun description, and then I think you just played it out for the rest of the like 3+ hours that we play this game. And it was so interesting and well done. So yes, I loved it. And I love Skip. I think he's great.
I have sea shantied so many Elder Emo songs. Let's go.
I want to be friends with him. The emo songs are gonna hit at the core of Hemlock. So yes, absolutely. I think they're gonna be great friends. So that's my star. My wish was also that I wanted to fight the Navy. But I want to put a caveat in mind that I want to scare the Navy. I want to spook the Navy.
I want to increase that bounty by spooking the Navy.
I want to make the Navy particularly scared of us. Maybe get that bounty up a little bit. Maybe,
Let's
do
get
some
that
creepy
Captain that Warlord
things.
status. Let's get that Captain that Warlord
I
status.
want to
Let's
scare
go.
the Navy.
Let me
Let's
be
make-
Yonko. Let's go.
Let's make one of the captains one of the 4 emperors. Let's go. That's our
And
goal
I
right there.
think I can accomplish that.
With this crew, the only limit we have is the 10th sea.
They get much higher.
I was waiting.
High.
Oh man, I'm gonna be so sad when we finish this in 2 weeks.
Well, the
Oh.
great thing is that we can talk to each other and do it again
Yeah,
sometime.
This is gonna be my reoccurring one shot. It's gonna be like, let's get the band back together. I've got
Yeah.
a week off. Let's do this.
Yeah, I gave
Uh,
out my star, but my glitter burst, I guess, of like tiny stars is to everyone because this whole session was strong.
Yeah,
This is a good crew. We got
This was strong.
yeah. My star. I don't normally go out stars. My star goes to everyone for just like jumping headfirst into this.
Head first,
into the
feet first,
abyss,
cannonball, just
and really engaging with as many of the mechanics that I've written as possible. It was so charming to see it like be exactly as unhinged as I wanted it to be. And I'm excited for continuing to refine this and the feedback y'all will give and stuff. So it's
from a player perspective, I think it says something about the writing and the building that we want to engage with it.
Yeah.
good.
So
I want to test everything.
So
gotta-
be proud of yourself because you
yeah,
wrote a
I-
thing that's made people be like, oh shit, this is fun.
I gotta give an extra star to Val because my
I think we all give a
gosh,
star to Val.
Yeah,
Thank
it was
you.
between the
This
way
shit is good.
it's so good and just the look on your face every time we were doing something. You just had this look of like, yeah, I said it a bunch of times, but you had this look of like, I made this, and you looked
Yeah.
so giddy the entire time.
And you deserve that.
Yes.
It really is. It really is a delight to see y'all using this stuff. So, and we get to do it 2 more times. Speaking of which, thank you everyone out there for watching. That'll be it for us today. We're gonna do 2 more sessions of this. One next Saturday and the Saturday after that. So please come back and join us for it. We're going to be playtesting, getting a lot of feedback, making adjustments. Eventually, because I've had a couple requests to share this with people. Probably once at that point, it'll be in a place where I might be able to share something preliminarily with people. But we'll see. This has been so much fun. Join us in the meantime. This Monday, we will not have a session of Red Jenny as usual, but we're going to do something fun, play some games or something instead, and maybe do something scary and something funny probably, because that's how we react to things that scare us. Thank you to my lovely players. I cannot say thank you enough for
Thank you for the game
Thank you for the
that
game.
you literally
You're
created.
welcome.
You made
Yes,
this.
you made
You
this.
made this.
I'm so happy that to see this all happen, and I can't wait to do it again. And thank you everyone out there for watching. We will see everyone in 1 week, and until next time, good game and good night, internet.